note, we are live, everybody. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
As soon as we go
I'm sorry,
live,
I'm just laughing
Rob's
at poor Rob over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Like
just
fighting a heat wave.
I'm sorry that you guys had to deal with my weather migrating north.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are just built different because I am figuratively
No.
dying.
Like,
I can't handle it either. I'm built for the cold.
Yeah.
I mean,
There were
seeing
days,
as
like-
we're struggling with the heat, can all of us just play Warforged for a little while? Like, you know.
I mean, I'm not opposed to you guys doing that, but if you are, because I don't have a fan in here,
I'm just gonna sound like this the entire time.
No,
then.
that is
Warforged, yeah.
No,
That's not fair,
the
you
worst.
cheated.
Please no.
Yeah, you're cheating.
Yeah,
Alrighty,
Miss
well, welcome
America with her voice mod and her air conditioning.
Welcome to the stream.
Okay, to be fair, my room is the hottest in the house, and I am in shorts and a tank top because I guarantee this room is going to heat the fuck up, even though it's only 78 Fahrenheit right now.
Hey, you think that's
I have an
that's
AC
bad. If I had
unit
my
in
way,
my
I would have been
room.
in
I feel
boxers right now,
fine.
but no.
Good for you. I've got the
All right,
air
well, let's-
conditioner
hey,
that
how
it
about-
does,
how about
and then
we
I've
get
got
to
a
the-
ceiling fan.
Rather than making the people listen about our air conditioning, how about we get to the game?
Yeah, that sounds like
agree.
a good idea.
No, I
So-
want to complain some more. No, okay, let's do.
So, where we left off last session, our brave adventurers had managed to get themselves out of a horrific situation beset by the undead on every side. We had some major heroics all around. Salvar's actions getting the door closed, excellent. Ewan's whatever the fuck that was running off into the forest, also excellent. I mean, it worked. I feel like
improvised.
Yes, I know. Like, shocking.
Hey, it
worked. It worked. If it works, it
I
works.
opened the tunnel.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
You also
Secret tunnel.
Bulla also
Yes.
broke the stairs and,
Yeah, Bulla just
and
fully
murdered a
just...
bunch of undead.
Ola
Yeah.
didn't just break the stairs; she broke. Wait, no, it was Mary who did that, right?
I
Who
broke the
destroyed
building.
the house?
I broke the building.
That was
and I got
There we go.
Salvar broke
so I
the
can lose a
building.
third
Yeah,
of my
in
health off.
fairness though, Bulla did just like basically rip her way into the tunnel through solid concrete. Like, you know, that is definitely barbarian goals.
It's what I'm good for.
If only Bulla was red, and then you could have gone, oh yeah!
Yes.
A red-skinned half-orc.
Red-skinned half-orc. that
Hey,
is-
I've seen weirder things, but we do have a red-skinned party member.
We
True,
do,
true.
yes, we do.
Continue, Zach, sorry.
Continuing, after which you all managed to come into contact with Chorin and her sisters, a group, a dryad pack of religious zealots, followers of Sylvanus, that have little patience or consideration for the others, as shown by the events of last session when, unfortunately, Merrick became infected along with several of your refugees, and at the end of last session, the Dryads took it upon themselves to execute one of the refugees who was infected, and that is where we start today's session. Ah,
That is a thing.
that is a thing. That it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
I
I'm
might
gonna
as
have to
well
do the
start it
thing.
off.
Yes. So
I might as well.
I
Start it
actually
you
am
wanna
going
do
to
something?
ask. I have got someone I want to come to first of all. But before I do that, we've got some really nice music at the moment. Some very chill music at the moment.
Yeah, we don't need that chill music. It's not fitting the vibe.
Change that.
No, it's not even remotely fitting the vibe.
Gotta change
No.
that.
The music did not pass the vibe check.
No.
I'm also noticing you might just be a touch quiet, Zach. It might just be me. I don't know.
Hold on. How's that?
Oh, much better.
Much better. Lovely. So I actually hold on.
Wow.
Also the wrong music.
And also the wrong screen as well.
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. Shit. It was showing
What?
the music rather than.
There we go.
Yes.
Where'd it go? Wait. No. Don't do that again.
It looks like it's okay right now.
Oh, no, memento,
never mind.
everyone.
Now it's back. Okay,
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, just gotta keep us all on our toes, eh?
Exactly.
It's not a
Yeah.
stream without technical difficulties.
This is also the wrong music. I have a very misbehaving computer
Just
today.
play the Doom soundtrack and let us move on with our lives.
We would immediately get DMCA.
Copyright.
Yeah.
I thought everyone used that shit. It's just...
I am gonna leave it here on a moment of quiet
This works fine.
because I'm gonna move you to the next one in a second. There is a moment of quiet. Merrick, you stand looking at the dryads in front of you, and I need you to give me the first roll of today's session.
Oh god.
I will let you choose what sort of roll you want to make this, depending on how you're assessing the situation. As she stands, hand moving to her weapon, locking eye contact with you, how would you like to assess your situation?
This is with Bulla, right?
No, I'm alone. Merrick stood out on one of the tree branches, and
Oh.
I think her name is Asana.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
She,
no.
like the head of this pack, came and talked to him while the rest of the crap is happening, like in the tree.
Yeah.
That's not good.
I want to do something I'm good at. Can I
I
roll
hope
like?
so.
Could I roll like a perception or insight check too? Because I'm getting the vibe of what's going on. I want to roll a check to like understand what's going on in the tree because I can't quite see it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Perception, definitely. Then.
Sure.
What else
And
are
you
you
get a
looking for?
vibe check on this.
yeah,
bitch.
well, I also want to get a sense of. Is this a fight we can win? I don't know. Maybe that's too much. That might be too much. I'll roll and we'll see.
Roll a perception, and you know what? I'm feeling in a generous mood. Roll me a luck check quickly. A D100.
D100. Okay, so I rolled the perception. I'll keep that number.
Yep.
Which one do you want first?
Give me the perception first.
A perception's that's my best skill, so that's a 23.
Ooh.
Nice.
No.
And the luck check is a 24.
Out of
Low
100?
is- Out of 100, a 24 out of 100. Low is good, so that is excellent. Merrick,
Scanning everything quickly.
as you scan around, you've been in a pinch before. You are in a uniquely difficult pinch. You have seen... You also have a unique insight. Your experience with the Dryads. You know that this would not be a battle. This would be a slaughter. You might be able to get yourself and your party out, but you are not getting very many others out with you.
Yeah, we have like 24 refugees with
You
us.
have 24 refugees. Most of them will be lost in the fight, if not your own. If you don't lose anyone in the party, and that is a best case scenario. Winnable, but at great cost. Is the vibe you're getting. And as you look among the refugees, some of them are armed, all of them are shattered.
Yeah.
You know, hungry.
They're as fucked as the
little
rest
sleep.
of us.
They're as fucked as you guys. These Dryads look fine. They are tip-top, on the top of their game, and I will also give you a piece of information
So,
that you'll remember from earlier. What's the matter?
just look. How do you block people or
You
report?
click on them, and oh yeah, you click it, and then there's the ban button. There we go,
Okay.
like that.
Ban hammer.
Ban hammer. Oh dear. Once that axe is ready.
Hammer.
Yes, it's coming.
Hydrate
I
locks.
sent the concept in.
Droid.
Hydrate.
Hey, hydration.
No, they said high druid locks, not hydrate.
Yeah, I said hi.
Oh, I heard hydrate.
I heard.
Well,
I said
also
I said
hydrate
Drew,
too.
but I don't. Yeah. Also
All right,
hydrate.
so that's what I absorb.
That is what you absorb. I will say one thing that you will remember. Chorin, as you were rising, very specifically said that Albrecht was returning with several more packs soon.
Yeah. So if we
Whoa.
were victorious in this, Aubrette and her people would find the situation and not be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could win,
Yeah.
You would need a number of things to go very well and a healthy dollop of luck to get out of this alive.
Okay, so
I will also say as well, on your perception, you realise as well that the concealment that you are in within the illusion is actually a little bit more intricate. You're looking around you and you realise that this is not the full extent of where you are. There are connections to the other trees in the canopy, which lead you to suggest that this might be a singular part of a larger complex. As you can start, as like you're used to planar nonsense. You can start, as you're right on the edge of this illusory magic, you can see the bridge over to the next tree canopy next to you. I'm going to say that is all the information you've got.
fair. It's a lot.
Oh, great.
It's more than I was expecting.
You rolled really
Okay.
well on that luck check.
Her hand is on her blade, or has she drawn it?
On the blade. Has not drawn, but is holding the weapon now.
I look to her. Merrick's not good at talking, but he'll do his best, and just hands up and says, and hears the yells and the noises over there, and just goes, I understand your concern. I wouldn't blame you. I will leave. Any danger to you and your people will be gone as I am gone. But leave these innocents alone.
Persuasion, please.
Shit.
Advantage as well, that was good, I liked that. Had gravitas.
Thank God for the advantage. One of them was a 2.
Hey, it's
the other-
always the first roll in the game.
Yeah.
The other one is a 13 for a 12.
Well, in good news...
Merrick's
it's
not
funny-
built for this.
No, it's funny that you say a 2, because I also rolled a 2.
His voice is fucked, that's why he's bad at
Yeah.
charisma.
Wah wah.
You see as her hand, where she was gripping the weapon, releases slightly. And she looks over and says, bid farewell. Leave immediately. And without breaking eye contact, takes a few steps backwards and then goes to walk over to Chorin and the child.
I imagine some stuff was happening in the tree during this time, so
Yes.
before Merrick sprints in to tell them to not fight, I'll let that transpire.
Yes. But that is basically what Merrick is going to do, is that. With the events that transpire. Good, I'll keep that in mind. Okay. Bula. Salva,
Yep.
Ewan, Saralites.
Hello.
All of you. This guy's just been fucking decapitated, like, really unceremoniously, without any warning. Like, literally, they were checking him over, pulls the sword, and wallop, just in the middle of the encampment.
He had a good run.
Starlight's just kind of, she goes, is that usual for here?
You see Chorin looks over, same blank expression on her face, looks at you, and says, I assume he was infected. And then just, without missing a beat, just turns back to tending to the child, as the other dryads fully ignore you, as they pick him up by one of his arms and start to drag him to the side of the tree.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. That thing.
I'm gonna go with Bulla. I feel like Bulla's gonna have a response here.
Yeah, Bulla's doing something,
Yeah,
we don't know what.
yeah, so I will
What?
let a moment of shock pass. If that's an opportunity for anyone to say anything to her before
Yeah.
she leaps up.
Starlight's is gonna
no.
turn to her and goes, it's not worth it. We are here. If you start anything, the rest of the refugees will be at risk.
Ewan and Salva, There is a moment of shock for you to immediately respond, either directly to Bulla or just in general to have a response.
In pure Salvar fashion.
Yeah, in pure Salvar fact.
The villager grunt.
I just look at you and go, that's it.
Yeah, it's the acknowledgement of something significant has happened here. I could be ecstatic about it, I could be furious, I could be miserable. It doesn't matter, the same response.
Yeah.
It's just,
At the end of the last session, I do believe I rolled sleight of hand to get out of the bindings that were on me.
You did.
You are out of the bindings, yes.
So, very nonchalantly, he's going to walk, even with his hands behind his back, like still holding the things, but to the decapitated person. He's just going to let his arms swing free and the bindings fall off like he was just, eh.
Yeah.
And then he's going to do a once-over and see where the bite was. And at that point, probably his voice is going to change. If anyone actually has a bite mark of any description, can you come forward now? Or specifically, go to someone who can actually heal you before, the Dryads do what they did to this unlucky sod.
At that point, Merrick walks in with a bite mark on his face.
Hey, Jake.
I'm so glad Ewan said that, because what Sarlai said did not help, because she said it's not worth it, and that's her townsperson.
Yeah.
So she was about to,
fully.
fuck that shit.
Oh, she said it's not worth it because there's other townspeople here, and you will make it so that they will die.
I hear you. Bulla doesn't.
Bulla doesn't, yeah.
Can I do a persuasion check here?
Well, I will say, I generally do not get you to roll persuasion against each other. I tend to make my own ruling here. I'm going to say quickly for Ewan, I want a medicine check for you looking for this bite on the body. As you look over.
It's a 14 on the roll, and I'm intelligent to a +3, so
nice.
Yeah, that's
17.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is the tiniest mark, but it's enough. It's on his back, on the shoulder blade.
And in the same thing, when he says that, he will switch to Silver. It's just like, can we not just fucking kill people? You're actually supposed to be prided on your healing abilities as well as your killing. Maybe you could try being conscientious for once, you green fucks.
Okay.
That's good.
Sarlai still has comprehend languages up and just like.
Merrick hears that too.
Yeah, Merrick is hearing that one too.
As I walk in.
Yeah, as Merrick walks in to that.
Sarlai's just like, I hate it here. This guy, what?
What is
Bulla
Bulla
just
doing?
looks at Bulla when Sarah because she, I assuming, was like resting or something. She had let Nafi sit down somewhere, and she, when your muscles tell you to move and you don't, so that happened, and then she had a moment of shock. Sarah said what she said. She was raising up, about to grab her axe, not even going to acknowledge what she said. And then Ewan said what he did about the bite. And then she sees him scream at them in a language she doesn't know, but does see him screaming at them. And
she gets the vibe of what's being said.
I mean, at the same time, all I can think about is Bulla slowly getting up and thinking, my mind's telling me no. My body's telling me yes.
Oh, sorry. Continue.
She will survey the situation a little bit more before she takes a step forward, but she's frozen about to grab her axe.
Yeah,
she's ready.
Like she kind of was shook by the confusion of him yelling at them, and she's just like, and so I'm giving you guys some time.
Well, Merrick will break.
I just want to point out at this moment, I'm just going to use my last spell slot to do cure wounds on myself because
Yeah.
Fair.
Fair.
Well, Merrick will come in.
Oh,
and
that's a nice one.
Did
Maximum. Sorry.
Did Asana go back to Chorin and the child to Meadow?
Yes, but has now, as you were following behind her, she has now sort of turned the attention to the rest of the room. Oh yeah, she's picking up the vibes here. Especially picking up on Bulla's vibes and can sense that her sisters have been hasty. Yeah.
Like, as in like the conversation we had about honor and stuff like that. So we have a bit of a kindred spirit there. Thank God.
Thankfully, yeah.
I look to everyone that's gathered, and I just say, I look at the decapitated body, and I just go, fuck.
Actually, now I think about it, she started dragging the body off by the arm, didn't she?
Yeah, that's why she's pissed.
At the same time, though, like, while Ewan's yelling, he kind of does that thing where he just goes off on his own. He looks down, he's like, "You forgot the head, you dumb bitch!"
As you are yelling, Ewan. Ooh, this is actually a hard one.
If one of them draws weapons to go near him, he's actually going to pull his own weapon off, still in the sheath, drop it, and says, "You still need me to talk to the queen."
Starlight is just like looking around. She's like, "Merrick, what happened? Ewan, just shut the fuck up. Bulla,
no,
calm down."
Right, Starlight, as you shout, "Ewan, shut the fuck up," you notice that she's been making a bit. You notice that Chorin has been making a beeline for Ewan. Chorin, I need Ewan, give me a dexterity saving throw. Okay, no. Are you going to resist? Basically,
it depends what she's doing. If I know where she's gonna like grab,
no weapon.
It depends.
Okay, she's about to...
No, but if I'm gonna get fucking choke slammed, I'm gonna resist.
Yeah, you're about to get booted square in the chest.
I mean, I'll sidestep it, yeah, sure.
Yeah, go on.
21.
21. That was contested, literally just. So, you go to sidestep, you almost get out the way, but Chorin's boot just lands right, catches you on your shoulder, and you just go flying back onto the ground prone. Just boom!
And this is why I told you to shut the fuck up, Ewan!
Merrick will look to Chorin and say, "You risked your life to save me. You're using all of your energy to save that child. Why does their life have more meaning than this man?" And I point to the body that they're shifting away.
Chorin has her weapon drawn, not pointed at Ewan, but in the direction of Ewan, while she is putting a foot on his chest and just holding the weapon vaguely in his direction as she's talking to the others. At which point, she gestures to the other man and says, "There is no honor in death. Not death like that. Honor is saved for real combatants. This is not a war, this is a genocide. We win by any means necessary."
At which point Salvar's gonna come along. Now she says that, and Salvar says, "I know you to decide that."
I am one of the daughters of Sylvanus. I have all of the authority to say that. And
Yes.
turns back around, looks at Merrick, and says, "The child is kin. And so are you, young Merrick."
I will leave this place. I understand what threat I pose.
Or how about we just get you healed?
You have personal preference and call it honor.
Ewan,
You may be
shut
a
up!
daughter. You may be a daughter of Sylvanus, but you are not Sylvanus self. I would appreciate if you're gonna off one of my people, you will respect my honor as their protector and tell me before you needlessly throw them aside.
Chorin.
Okay, that is a good point.
Chorin softens her expression to that. And you can see that Chorin looks down at the ground a little, to which one of the other dryads, now who has been watching, is now making a beeline for you, Bulla. Not quickly, but is slowly walking towards you and is definitely squaring up. I'm not going to make you roll insight. It's quite obvious. And this particular dryad, hand on her weapon, says, "We are the protectors of the forest. Even our protection has not worked. What good is your protection?" As this one looks you in the eye, you can see Chorin kind of wince it. You can see you can see all of the other dryads wince upon hearing it.
They aren't unified. Merrick attempts to raise his voice and fails, and just goes enough.
I do
Should I
thaumaturgy
roll
under my
to
breath.
see?
Yeah, I just
Should
hold my
I roll
hand.
to see if I hear that?
Tell you
Because if
what.
I don't,
See, when Salvar does thaumaturgy, like Sarlaise looks at him like,
Oh,
Oh,
I didn't cast it. So I didn't.
Thought about it.
Never mind.
But yeah, I say enough. Hands are still raised, and I just look and I say, "You wish to bring this child back to life. You wish to protect your kin. You hope to keep me alive in some facet. And if you want to return the gift I carry for your queen, you will swallow your pride for a damn second and let these people live."
The one that is... I'm just going to do something. Oh, yeah. The one that's approaching Bulla, you can feel the rage swelling within you.
he has
And you
one
hear
more
that-
left.
And you watch as the dryad that's looking at you immediately goes from I am choosing this fight to damn it, right, looking down at the floor, pulls out one of her smaller short swords and just throws it as hard as she can into one of the tree trunks. And as it lodges itself fully into the wood, and you see that she starts walking off. Chorin calls after her in Sylvan, and immediately just you hear a list of expletives just sworn back as this other dryad just wanders off up a branch away from the rest of the group.
Right.
Okay, so that
that's
one
good.
that one was super aggressive and has left.
Right.
Asana is still eyeing the fuck out of Merrick.
Yeah.
And Chorin's at the body. Or is there any other like immediate threats?
The last dryad does have her bow drawn, and is standing quite close to Chorin, looking at her. Adastra. I keep saying Adastra.
Asana?
Asana.
Asana?
Yeah, sorry, Adastra is a company local to me. Yes, it's a company I have to deal with, so yeah. Asana, you see that sort of Chorin and this other dryad are looking at Asana very much in deference. Chorin's still looking down at you and with this look of, like, try me, bitch.
I mean,
I like how
don't
Ewan had a bit of a
blame
trump
her.
card, too. It was nice.
Yeah.
You can't kill me. We gotta talk to the queen.
You can't kill me.
Diplomatic
I'm
immunity.
important.
I
I burned that wood yesterday.
Sorry, where Chorin or them gonna do something?
Asana speaks to, then looks away from Merrick and shouts to all of them. Right now is amnesty. If you are infected, say so now, you keep your life.
And those of you who didn't know, Merrick raises his hand.
I do
Staring at the
shoot
floor.
a glance over at Nafi.
Navi looks at you with a very tense smile that she can best summon, taps you on the leg, and mouths to you, and not speaking aloud, but says, "It's okay." Gets down off of the point she was resting and raises her hand. And it is also at this point that two of the refugees also raise their hands that had not previously come forward.
Wait, did Navi raise her hand?
Navi has raised her hand.
Okay,
So there is a total of 4 people with hands raised.
You learn a lot about a person when they're staring death in their face, don't you?
Starlight just looks at you and she's like, you are doing that right now, yes.
Because Chorin, funny that you say that, because Chorin looks down as she says, "You certainly do, coward."
Howard.
Ewan? Let's not escalate this.
Sorry,
is Chorin like getting off of Ewan? Because if so, I'm gonna like go and help Ewan up.
Yeah, no, Chorin is firmly leaving her foot on Ewan's chest. Like, every time you realize she goes to relax, Chorin, Ewan keeps saying shit that just pisses them off.
Can I approach that then?
Yeah,
I'll approach and I'll just kind of like look at Chorin, and in Sylvan I'll say, "Your child and your kid need you. I'll take care of this one."
Chorin looks at you, you look at Chorin. Chorin does not smile very often, but warmth grows on her face. She removes the boot. A heavy sigh, and then walks back away, looking at Asana.
I'll reach my hand down to help Ewan off the ground.
Oh, I thought you were going to curb stomp me in the chest too. It's kind of a
Tempting.
shame, really.
That's not what curb stomping is, but okay.
Everyone in this party have bard energy, I swear to God.
He looks and just says, "Tempting," and he helps. As he's helping you up, he kind of like flinches because he's using the arm that is on the side of the bite.
Yeah.
Well,
Grabs
lucky
you.
for you, I don't flirt with married men.
I will say
He does flirt with men.
And he looks and just kind of like pats you on the shoulder with a tired smile on his face and just says, "You can't outwit the pride of these beings. Trust me, I've tried."
I don't want to outwit it, I want to annoy it.
Oh, you can do that.
no RP, just when she sees all the people that raise their hand, she kind of conglomerates them like in a corner.
Yeah.
And then she'll just pull up a stool, take her axe out, have it out, and just will sit and watch Chorin. Watch Chorin and watch Meadow, just beeline, just watching them and just having her people behind her.
Yeah. So does that mean long rest?
Sarlai's.
We'll see.
Before we try long rest, she wants to try and convince the dryads to actually, heal the infection. Like, we can heal people, but we don't have to get rid of.
That's just delaying the inevitable.
No. But there is a spell that gets rid of conditions.
Yeah,
I just don't have it.
Like lesser or greater restoration could, in theory, work, but none of us have it.
That's why I'm gonna ask.
It's depending on how Zach.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you run me through this chat. So you're heading over to Asana, I'm assuming.
Merrick has, by the way, just since walked back out onto that outside tree branch and is sat down again.
I am gonna bring this to softer as the tension leaves.
We didn't have to kill them all.
Yeah, it's
they
fair
still
to
fucking
say.
suck, but we didn't have to
They
kill them all.
still suck, but we didn't have to kill them.
Yeah.
Why do you think the relationship ended?
So there was a relationship.
Wait, what? I didn't say shit.
Anyway,
Brett's on her way. We'll see what happens.
Oh God, did you cheat on your wife, you dirty man? Sorry.
Dirty man.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Sarlise.
Anyways.
Go ahead, Sarlise.
So,
So Sarlise is gonna go to Asana.
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 Asana has kind of joined Bulla loosely in the aspect that she is also keeping an eye on the infected there, and she has nipped away for a second to speak over a sending stone and has returned, is now watching over them, and when you approach her, you realise that she's sort of like in her own head at the moment. She's barely paying attention to the environment around her when you approach.
Excuse me, Asana.
Yes, youngling. Sorry, how can I help?
It seems to me that this entire situation can be resolved with the use of restoration magic.
Restorative magic is not within my personal purview. We have healers, but our kin comes first, and we are having to sacrifice our kin already. There are only so many resources. We don't have the capacity.
And while I understand that, certainly only 4 people being healed would not be... And you wouldn't even have to heal them of the damage, just the condition itself. I can deal with healing them of the wounds later. Just the condition.
Youngling, remind me of your name again. I have seemed to have lost it.
Sarlise Melodia.
Sarlise. You are a long way from home, Sarlise. I don't know if this infection is different for yourself, but I know what your kind looks like. And they don't usually look like you, not in these parts anyway. She smiles with this, like, very knowing grin, and then as she, like, lets her face drop a little as she looks over towards the body of the farmhand that was killed and says, "You see that body over there? Keep watching it. I reckon we've probably got..." And you see that she sort of froze up a little projection in her hand. And you realise that she's using a cantrip level spell. It says, "Only a few more minutes now. These things rise again. Infection does not, unless dealt with immediately, does not clear."
Should we cut off the legs or something, then?
Unfortunately, it is incineration that is required.
I can do that. I can do firebolt. Bulla, I'm gonna do this, but please don't be upset with me.
I'll just squint at you.
Can we maybe put the body outside and not burn it in front of the children?
Yes. No. I mean, I wasn't going to do it right here.
She looks up at
Do
you.
what? As Bola says that.
Yeah.
I'm going to cremate your friend. We're gonna do a quick and dirty cremation.
Korean or Texas style?
Korean.
Without
What does that
missing a
even
beat.
mean?
Barbecue.
What is Korean?
Korean barbecue.
Asana in game.
Oh.
There's no Korea here.
Point.
She looks at us like, Korean?
Anyways.
Bola does not like this making fun of her farmhand that just died.
Yeah.
Hey, they're
Asana
dead now.
does sort of where you say so. Asana will say, "I'll leave that to you. I don't particularly wish to argue with one of those."
She actually does look at Bulla. She goes, "Apparently these creatures rise again. And we don't want the infection spreading any further. So in order to deal with that, ahead of time, I'm going to burn the body.
Which
Are you okay with that? Okay, cool.
She sort of looks over and she sort of points her head over to the far side and says, "There's a incinerator we've been using so far over there. It'll save your arcane abilities."
That's actually rather helpful. Does someone want to help me move this thing? Because
Asana-
I'm not very strong.
Asana stands up, sort of pats you on the shoulder and says, "Let's walk and talk."
Okay.
She takes one of the wrists, and you see she sort of bends it strange, and as she looks over to you, she says, "Make sure to bend it back. If it starts thrashing, it has a tendency of clawing you, and that isn't advisable."
She just makes this look. She goes, "Okay, thank you. That's good to know."
I'm gonna follow at a distance.
Okay.
It's the idea that you drag it so you're holding the wrist like that.
Yeah, basically, is the wrist is bent backwards.
So it can't,
So it can't. Yeah. If it starts grabbing, the hand is bent away from your wrist.
Yeah, so she's gonna follow suit with that.
Snap its elbows, it's fine.
As you walk along, she says, "Young Saralites, I need to remove the infected from the encampment here. I can't treat them. I can't help them. I don't know when they were bitten. I don't know whether we were within a time period where standard healing magics would work."
Well, Salvar and I were able to figure out when Meadow was bit and how far the infection had gone. Maybe we can do that again on them.
Possibly that would be useful, but my orders from the Queen were directly to execute them, except for Merrick. Now, I realise that is not a situation which is going to benefit any of us.
Certainly not. I think Bulla would probably go full hog on anyone who tried again.
Kick
Well,
the
it's
ass
sticks.
of my ex guys.
Your group may be weaker, but I know that we would sustain casualties. We are outnumbered. Everyone would be hurt. No one wins.
Which does not make the situation any better.
Exactly.
Especially since, as was stated, this is a genocide. It is clearly a genocide, and we all. It's a situation of enemy of my enemy is my friend here,
Exactly.
and I don't think of you as my enemy, because dryads are rather common in Aegina, and are not violent towards us. But, I understand the situation is different here.
Our colony. She looks behind her, seemingly not at anything in particular. Looks back before continuing. We are devout followers of Sylvanas. Some consider us. There is a look of discomfort on her face at this point. I will actually get you to roll a quick insight check. I think this is enough to warrant one. And she says, there are some who would consider us radical or zealot.
It's a naughty 20.
Oh, that's a nice it's a naughty
20.
The best of 20s.
Oh yeah.
The best of 20s.
Lovely. There is a level of deep internal cringe, as if having to even explain this to you is uncomfortable. It's definitely hitting upon a vulnerable point, and I'm going to go a little bit further. When she says zealot, she doesn't seem that derisive of the label. She doesn't quite resent it in the same way that Gammon do. It almost seems to be kind of an embarrassment more than anything else, it seems to be rooted in some form, like in of herself rather than of her group. As she has to explain, as she says this to you, as daughters of Sylvanus, we maintain that Sylvanus is the primogen, the originator, the deity of deities, the creator of the pantheon. This is not a popular opinion among our fellow. She kind of stops and looks back again. I will keep your 20 from earlier. She's very clearly a bit paranoid looking behind her. She's clearly picking up on something that you're not. Salvar did not... Salvar, you're going to see that she keeps looking back. She isn't doing anything, really, in response, but she is, on a few occasions, looking back. And it is making you a little bit paranoid. You think she might be looking back at you.
Insight check?
Yeah. As she continues to talk to you, Saralai, she says... The people of Winimere, the town, have come into conflict. We are protectors of this forest. They are fond of machinery and progress at the expense of all others.
I rolled a 13, by the way. Sorry.
13, thank you. So, as she's talking, she says, this situation is... I consider you my ally. My queen does not agree. I cannot have the infected here when she arrives. The price for treachery is death.
And that I understand. We will get them out of here. But if you could point us in the direction of someone who could help us, that would be much appreciated, because I would prefer not to have to kill specifically Navi. The others I don't know, but I know Bulla. I know Bulla would very much dislike for her friends to continue to be slaughtered in the way that they have had to be out of necessity.
Again, she looks around her and says, my queen shall be here in a few hours. We have enough time to try and...
8 hours? 8 hours? Long enough for a long rest?
Maybe 9 hours. Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah.
I don't know that we can get a long rest before having to get these fuckers out of here.
I mean, by now we're taking points of exhaustion, surely.
Oh, you are borderline. If you don't rest tonight, you are taking it.
Oh, yeah.
As she walks with you, she says, I will help you with herbs and medical treatment as much as I can. Unfortunately, she does want Merrick to remain, and I know that you are friends. She is quite insistent on that fact. The best course of action I can suggest, either we find somewhere we can hide the infected here, or if we take the infected close by.
Damn, all
but
Brett
not
wants a
immediately
baby daddy.
inside.
I hate this. I hate this.
We will continue to make fun of Merrick.
I didn't
fair.
realize. I'm sorry, Merrick. I didn't realize you were into splinters.
Ow, ow, ow,
Ow, ow, ow. It's like,
That's what
God,
protection
God.
is for.
Yeah.
The protection is against splinters.
Yeah.
It's not
Anyways.
against STDs, it's
Whole new
just for
definition of
splinters.
shaving.
Wait. I got one more.
Okay,
You
one
showed her your wood, and then she showed you her wood.
There we go.
That one was okay. That was an okay one.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so-
Finish up this conversation.
As you approach the incinerator just in front of you, she looks down and says, hold on a second. You see that she takes the wrist of the body and forces it through a pin that was sticking out, pinning this creature to the thing, and says, let's stand back a second. Oh, and you can get Dracaris over there to come join us now. I'm assuming he's
Salvar's like around the corner, like.
What the fuck did you just call
He's
me?
doing the
Scooby-Doo. Dracaris!
So Sarlise turns around and goes, Salva, we
I
know
wasn't,
you.
I wasn't exactly trying to be stealthy, by the way.
Yeah.
It was like literally the equivalent of Drax from fucking from
No.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Just like,
I
I'm just doing shadows by staying absolutely still. But
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
I am fully aware. That's why she knows you're there. She wasn't.
Meanwhile,
looking for
whenever
anyone.
he takes a step, the wood, the bone, like
yeah.
plates just clunk together.
Yeah, he's taking a step. It's like clunk, 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 clunk.
Sounds like a sounds like a wind chime on a stormy day.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much.
Lovely.
What
She
up,
says,
like-
we'll do some medical treatment. Nominate one of, I'd say two of yourselves, two of your number to go with the infected to keep them safe, either nearby or if you can find a hiding place. The rest of you can stay here with Merrick while we wait for our queen.
So who's going to be put into a battle? You're saying basically.
And as she says that, she puts out a little finger and points at the corpse and says, these things are predictable, if nothing else. Wait on a second.
Sarlise points her fingers forward just in case.
Yeah. What's
Yeah,
Salvar
basically,
doing?
she basically can do that. She's
Yeah.
got spell sniper.
Yeah, she's like.
Bitch, come at me.
Yeah, what's Salvar up to in this moment where he's been invited over?
Yeah, I just like I'm looking after Saralise. So.
Yeah. As you come up next to Saralise, you see that the creature's foot begins to twitch again. And you
This thing
watch-
has no head, right?
Yep,
It has no head.
Head off.
Cool.
The foot twitches, and you watch as this thing moves in such an unfamiliar way. No more the shambling and quick movements of before, but each movement goes from short spasms to violently fast individual motions as though they were marching by numbers. As it rapidly, one leg lifts almost instantaneously, the second lifts, it stands, and then you watch as all of its fluid begins to leak out of it. It begins to push out this sort of gut, like you can see the red of the blood and brown, and as it just starts pushing fluid and black, you see like black clumps come out and drop onto the floor.
Well, that's disturbing.
I think it's a pheromone trail, personally. We haven't figured it out yet, but it seems to attract more. The illusion...
Can
the illusion...
Sarlise
Go on.
try to do some kind of Arcana check or something?
Oh, definitely, yeah. She can definitely do an Arcana check.
Okay.
I'm just putting my staff up. I was just no, step back.
Yeah, yeah. You see it, nope,
no.
You also realize, by the way, that once it stood up, it's just stayed entirely stationary. It's not seeming to react to anything. Go on.
That's another naughty 20.
Oh, yes.
Beauty.
Beautiful.
The naughty 20s today.
The
Because Sarlise wants to be naughty.
They're sticking around.
Yeah, a second time round. They're just really playing me up today, those naughty 20s.
I mean, Salvar's right behind her. It's,
I know, exactly.
I mean, if Salvar's behind you, you know something's going down.
So
I mean, she's flicking her tail as she's bending over. She's flicking her tail.
Anyway.
Go to holy jail.
You guys are very good at finding the line and always stepping over it.
D&D.
Anyway, so where you guys are there, on that 20, you do realise that she's probably actually quite on the money. You realise that there is more than just magic here, that there is an active arcane connection between this creature and something else. And you can also feel that it is actually cannibalizing its own soul as it stands there, you realise that the corrupted will-o'-wisps that would have previously been used to infect others are actually destroying themselves and releasing an arcane signature in the process, much in the same process as like with a nuclear weapon, it releases radiation from the splitting. The same thing happening. You realise that this is effectively like a bloody huge arcane beacon as it fires off.
She says this, what you just said to me, to her. She goes, yeah, I believe you're quite correct.
Aren't there more undead that are intelligent? Hang on, I'm doing miracles. Hang on. I can't get the voice. I've said what I said. Fuck it.
Yeah, I didn't hear it anyway.
Okay. Are there more undead that are more intelligent?
Some
Like pack leaders.
There certainly seems to be some sort of coordination, but not just in their larger movements, but in smaller movements. They form small groups, 40 to 60 of them at a time. The more intelligent ones seem to develop growths upon their body.
I've noticed that, yes. I shot a couple like that.
Yeah. What? There is also, however, unfortunately, the aerosolized versions. We came across them 2 days back.
Aerosolized versions?
If you kill them, they release some sort of miasma into the air that seems capable of infection without direct contact.
Okay, so we need a face mask, right?
We must wear a face mask to protect ourselves from the COVID fast.
Face masks, social distancing, guys.
Social distancing.
Oh no, that was not
I've
intentional.
created this strange clear potions that you rub on your hands. I call it hand sanitizer.
It tingles, so it's a little tease.
The teaser, yes.
It tingles, so don't put it on your balls.
All right.
No, that's mint shower gel.
Oh God, yes. Sorry.
Oh God, so many people need to be put on horny gel.
What?
You're real quiet, Zach.
Yeah, you're quiet, sweetie.
Am I quiet?
You're
Yeah.
very quiet.
How's that?
That's
There we
better.
go.
Much better, lovely.
Now it's gone.
Immediately cut out again.
There's a point where he just electrocutes himself.
Yeah. Right. How?
No.
The microphone.
You're pretty quiet.
How we
Oh,
go?
yeah,
There we
yeah,
go.
yeah, there you go.
Lovely. Right. It turns out this is a little bit directional as well.
All good.
Right. So. Keeps flustering me, you see, and I lose my train of thought. She says, enough's enough. She takes her sword and just fucking buries it into the center of the chest of this thing, knocking it back into the furnace. She then takes her foot and places it on the chest, shielded from the fire, and just shoves it off the end of the sword in order to throw it into the fire. Fucking chat, not today. Even
What's a D&D session without a few games? Come on.
Oh, and Sunflower Surprise of all people. Of course you'd be here to fuck with me. Hi.
She fucks with everyone.
Oh yeah, she does. It's great.
Yeah, I like that.
So
In a nice way.
she sort of looks back over to you and says, "You need to watch out. However, there are." By any chance, have you had any interaction with a military unit by the name of the Black Guard?
I don't believe so. Wait, is that the name of the?
Are you lying? Because the Black Guard was all the guys defending.
We literally have one with us.
Yeah, Biobro's
Yep.
member of it.
Oh, okay. I was thinking.
We were sent
the plague
to
people.
Alavir by the Black
Yes,
Guard.
we have. Yes, we have.
Yes. Good. She sort of looks over and she is going to do an insight check on this. And I will let you decide whether or not, and this is on both Salvar and Saralites, I will let you decide whether you're going to try and lie and ride this out, or get creative with the truth and turn it into persuasion.
We're just staring at dead in the face.
She looks over and says, "No affiliation at all, I should hope. You were there with the soldiers at the camp, weren't you? Sorry, were you?"
Yes, we were conscripted to guard Winimere, but other than that, there's not really much affiliation.
So is Salvar gonna just agree? And
I'm just giving a
Deadpan.
yeah.
1,000 yards there, yeah.
Right. Both of you roll me deception.
We were conscripted to join the Winimere Guards, can't you tell?
I wasn't.
True, he wasn't.
Yeah, he actually wasn't.
He volunteered. Yeah, exactly.
No, but it's like,
I didn't even volunteer. I was just there because there are dead people there. All right, cool. Oh, you guys seem chill. Fuck it.
Naughty 19.
Lovely.
Because I get a +7 to my roll for
We
that.
can't say everything is naughty.
I can't even fuck.
No, 19s and 20s are naughty.
Oh, 20s as well. 19s as well.
I got an 18.
Oh, lovely.
15 plus 3.
Pretty good
She
rolls.
looks, goes, Okay, well, we've seen some of these groups moving with Black Guardsmen, humans, from Winimere.
What?
Commanding them.
Undead moving with Black Guardsmen?
You're not here.
I know. I'm just asking for
Yeah.
me as a player.
Oh, as a player, yeah, that is what she's insinuating.
Sarlai's just gets this look. She's like, "You've what?"
Yes, there are mostly elves, it appears to be, high elves and humans, wearing quite ornate clothing and armour, moving with these undead. We have good reason to believe that we believe at least that these are the Black Guardsmen from Winimere.
And through these observations, these speak for what? Everyone? Sort of giving a sort of sly remark as to bear in mind, you said to yourself that there are zealots amongst you, but you don't think the same. Bitch.
Saying that these Black Guardsmen might not represent the entirety of the group.
Basically.
She looks at you with that's good insight, actually. That's not too bad. She looks at you and she says, "To say otherwise would be treason." As she looks back at the ground, this time much more reserved, trying not to really acknowledge what you said, but without really giving you an actual answer to refute it.
You struck a bit of a nerve. She there's a part of her that is agrees, but she can't say it.
Turn back up in Winimere. We're here for the cult stuff.
I just say she looks down. I just look at her and just go, everyone thinks they're a good guy.
You need to be close to your mic.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you for that.
Everyone just thinks they're a good guy. I just walk off.
Everyone thinks they're a good guy. I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, not wrong.
I don't.
All right.
And
Hydrate, guys.
hydrate. On that lovely note, we're going to move away from you guys as a group. Everybody, you are going to have the opportunity to gain the advantages of a long rest.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh
I only
my
had one
God.
more rage left.
Yeah.
Wait, where's the butt?
There
Where's
is
the
a
butt?
point. There is a point to resolve. Just a few little checks, very quickly. Merrick, I need 2 Constitution saving throws. One for before your rest. One during your rest.
Tons of fun.
Oh no.
I mean, if you're asleep, I could do this while you're asleep.
Failed
Before Merrick rests, can Sarlai use let's see, where is it? Cure wounds on him?
Yes, you can do that and improve the DC for him.
Yeah, she's gonna do that.
Okay.
She's gonna do it twice.
Nice.
You find him sitting on that tree branch, just kind of twirling the charm on his wrist, and he just kind of perks up as you walk out because he can hear you.
So
I'm not looking. I'm not looking at you. I'm just looking away.
Sarlai's comes over to him and goes, I know you've been bitten, so I'm I'm gonna heal you some to try and make it so that you don't turn. Hopefully.
Delaying the inevitable.
We will find a way to cure you. Or we can do what we did with Meadow. I mean, I would prefer not to do that, but you know.
He does a reserved sigh and just goes, "Thank you."
Hey. Salvar and assistants all deadpan, just like.
I love how Salvar he's not sure what to think about Sarlize, but he's like clearly like
sticking around her.
I'm sticking around everyone.
Yeah.
I fucked up back to everyone. I'm assuming because Merrick was back with everyone, right? Or...
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, so I'll take the healing if you pump it in.
Nice.
Yeah, she's pumping it in before the long rest.
That has
All right.
lowered your DC on the first check by 2.
Merrick,
Cool. I probably still fail with a 6.
Merrick, my narcissistic
Oh
friend.
God!
You gain a level of exhaustion.
Also,
And-
Merrick does have inspiration. So
I
you
do
could-
still have an inspiration.
You
so
do. Reroll
will
that
use it.
shit.
I did want to say
Reroll.
something to Merrick as well. I don't know if having like mental fortitude would help, but it's one of those things where it's like,
Oh, you should not have used the inspiration.
Well, don't you take the higher of the 2?
I have never played it that way. You take the new roll with inspiration.
Oh.
Cool.
If
Okay,
you-
so yeah, now
Inspiration does not give you advantage, it just gives you a second chance.
Okay, cool. Good to know that
Yeah.
you rule it that way.
Yeah, sorry,
wait.
that's the way I've ruled
Yeah,
it.
I only got the 1 point of inspiration from. Yeah.
So.
Zach,
Mhm.
can I potentially, by saying something useful or by saying something helpful, can I potentially give my inspiration for Merrick to use or spend my inspiration for Merrick to use?
I have a second roll after this, so.
I know,
No,
but
you just
you're not
rolled that
wanting this one.
Posture checks, guys.
Yeah, I saw. Okay. I will allow it if you can convince me with what it is that he says, right?
Ewan is going to very overly good moody drop down to sit next to Merrick and like put his hand on Merrick's shoulder and then sort of lean in. It's just like, do you remember just before we left Winimere, I gave you my share of the hunk of bread, and I specifically said that was for your little one. So maybe don't think about doing this for yourself. Think about doing this for your wife and your child. Because if you don't, and I'm saying this now, I don't think I'll be able to help myself from comforting a widow.
What the fuck?
And then he slaps him on the back, stands up, and walks off.
Ewan, that was so wholesome until the end.
That was,
I'm aware.
I feel like
It's a
I
bro
mean,
moment.
come on.
It's a bro moment.
No, that
Oh my
is-
God.
Like, I mean, yeah, super
That was
inspirational.
amazing.
That was like really wholesome, and it was just that amazing like moment of it's like it's the equivalent of like the bros where it's like it's not like I care.
Wait, he's not
Yeah.
a complete dick. Oh no, there it is.
Yeah. Oh, it had to come through at some point.
Yeah,
It was a
But there's always a
backhanded.
butt with you, isn't there?
Yeah,
Yes,
there is.
All right, so you say that, and Merrick just
Merrick gets to reroll.
Is that, wait, what?
there's a
Think
broken.
of the children and your hot-ass wife back home.
She is pretty. I break. There's a broken chuckle, and Merrick just quietly to himself just goes, "What do you think's been going through my head?"
Oh.
Merrick, you can re-roll that check. You get to
Yes!
with inspiration. I like it. It's a unique strategy, but it's there. Yeah. Hey, KP Crusader. subscribed.
Hello.
Oh, thanks for the subscription.
Beautiful.
KP Crusade.
KP Crusade.
So
I-
I've got one more bardic inspiration. I think.
Guys?
Can I try to give
Guys,
it to
give it-
Merrick
guys.
for
Let
his
Merrick
next
roll.
roll?
I'm not lying. I rolled another one. I appreciate the help, but the fucking
Oh,
dice gods have decided,
Dice.
apparently.
Right.
Salvo's
Well,
gonna break Merrick's neck.
respecting the will of the dice gods and saying you have thrown enough resources at this point. It is not conceivable to put more into this.
You're pretty quiet, Zach.
Okay.
There you go, better.
Boosting the mic again.
So, am I gonna be breaking I'm gonna be breaking Merrick's neck after a long rest.
Well, I think I have to fail more than one check.
If it's like death saves and you rolled a nat 1, that's 2 fails.
Well, I don't know if that's
Exactly.
how it works. I think it involves points of exhaustion.
Yeah, this is exhaustion. He's not dead.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm
so-
just saying.
You are going to take 2 levels of exhaustion
As opposed to one.
as opposed to 1, but I am also going to deal you 10 points of necrotic damage on the point of you waking up. You are now 10 points lower. And especially for that nat 1, you're taking 10 points of necrotic damage, but your hit point maximum will come down with it.
Oof.
You are not doing okay. This infection is hitting you like a fucking truck.
I don't like this anymore. I just.
Okay, so All right, so that was. I have to roll another one, right? Upon
You
waking
do.
up.
Well, yeah, you do need to roll another
I'll
one.
use-
Let's have that second one, please.
I'll use the Sylvanus die.
Yeah.
18.
18 succeeds. The infection.
I should have been
does
rolling the
not
Sylvanus
progress.
dice.
Should have been doing your Sylvanus ones. I mean, you're in his crib.
True.
You know.
You know what, guys? It's just like I failed it twice. It's fine. So, okay, so I'll hit long rest, but then I'll
You wake up, and I'm also going to say this is more of a roleplay consequence. The skin around your jaw has started to peel away, and you are getting proper lockjaw setting in on one side. Like, you can feel it seeping into your neck and your jaw. You can still talk. Your jaw is stiff rather than fully locked, but it is not pleasant.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's like
Ma, ma.
yeah.
Ma.
So are we all taking long rest then, or?
You are all taking long rests.
Thank
Yes.
fucking Christ for that.
Thank God.
I think it goes without us saying what Merrick's dreams are about.
So
Well,
it is.
what, you and doing
I
your
awake the
rifle?
next morning and there's like black, like his veins are like black.
As you all
The scar on his neck is now
yeah, oh,
like worse.
yeah, so much worse. I can see it.
Hold on.
As you all awake,
Hold on.
that is not the right music.
Hold on. I just
Yeah,
realised
long
something.
rest, you can change your spells.
So, quick question. Is this counted as a disease?
Yes.
Or is it a poison?
Disease. Although it does there is a home brewing here, so it depends what level.
Lesser restoration.
Casting like that might help. I don't know if it'll get rid of it.
You touch a creature
Yeah.
and can end either one disease or one condition afflicting it.
Yeah,
So
if
maybe
it's a
you'll take
condition
a
or if
point
it's a
off your
disease.
exhaustion. Maybe.
We'll see. We'll see how
we'll
Zach
see.
rules it.
So,
Wake up.
yep, sorry, you wake up.
Everybody
alright.
should put on a little bit of makeup.
Brain who's short-circuited. Lesser restoration at what level?
2, because that's
Nope.
the.
Absolutely not. The way that I have ruled the disease relates to level of spellcasting.
Like a greater restoration would probably do
Oh
it.
yeah, greater restoration would do anything. Greater restoration would
Yeah.
do goddamn.
If this was fixed by a
lycanthropy
lesser
and shit.
restoration, it wouldn't have been a plague.
Right.
Greater restoration cures leprosy. It's like,
Yeah,
you know,
great.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Alright.
I have herpes. Zzz, I'm better now. Fantastic.
You
So-
cast it. You cast it on Merrick, and Merrick just looks in the it's still like black on his neck, and he just looks.
Oh
and
no,
says,
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Oh,
I didn't know that's gonna
right. You
work.
were asking if it would. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it wouldn't. Yeah,
Fair enough.
Would
Fair
not
enough.
work.
I'm not wasting a level 2 spell slot on this shit with the amount of fucking crap you put us through, motherfucker. Hell no.
So, as you all awake, what's this? No, go away. Sorry. My windows keep opening over it and getting rid of the stream, and so YouTube music just...
Dragons.
I know.
Can I go pee?
Yes, sponsored pee break.
Sweet.
Rob, run!
Sponsored pee break.
Sprint,
It's gonna be a
Rob.
long one.
Well,
Here we
while
go,
he's doing
everybody.
the pee break, I'm gonna go grab another snack.
Lovely. So for those of you that aren't subscribed, you're about to see an advert. Please just watch along. You can mute it. It just helps out the channel. If you are subscribed, you get to watch us goof around for a little bit. Yeah, see you after Rob's sponsored pee break. 30 seconds. Here we go.
Oh.
Lovely. So yeah, everyone else who's subscribed, yeah, we're just gonna vibe here for a bit.
I'm hoping. I'm now sitting at less 10 less current hit points. I have disadvantage on all ability checks, and my speed is halved.
Oh yeah.
Bola
you are
is like
not
this
doing
is
okay.
this is gonna suck for Bola. It's like the only person in the party that she's connected with is fucking dying.
I know.
And then her people are dying, and she's just like
Oh god, yeah, like everyone is fucking dying right now.
Welcome to Zach's campaigns.
Yeah, this is my campaign.
Where's
to run
Brett? Where is that fucking Brett?
I will say Bola is a little bit confused about Ewan because like seeing him like yell at them, she was like, is
down.
he has a heart question mark? Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're
what's
starting.
happening there.
The exterior is cracking. We're starting to
Right,
see
'cause-
bits of him
Yeah,
underneath.
but
Because
Ewan
the
does
whole-
wish that he was someone else's heart, because then it would be him pumping inside their chest.
Sorry, but I'm a cat for up.
Hey,
Anyway,
our
I
people
was
are coming
going
back.
to say that Bola is the only one in the party that doesn't know what Ewan did.
No, yeah, she is. She's the only one who doesn't know that he did that. Which is,
She does not know that he led the Zomzoms away. She was
What about the
downstairs.
Zomzoms?
yeah,
we're
Ewan,
saying that-
when he led a bunch of them away.
Bola doesn't know he did that. The last thing she said to him was, "If anyone dies, it's your fault." And she went downstairs.
All right, well, we're all back.
we are all back. I have changed the music as you start to awaken, you all rapidly realize that something is happening. Because you are all awoken by about a dozen dryads running about up the stairs into the encampment.
Lovely.
As
Bola, who has like fallen asleep on her axe, like wakes up. Just
She has, like,
slowly
a
turns her
line of
hand. Turns her hand, ready
Yeah.
to strike.
and as
So
you
does her-
do,
Does
you
it act of
see-
welcome etched into it?
It's welcome. Well, not yet because she
Okay.
just named it welcome, but it will.
As you are all starting to awake, realizing all of these dryads running around, you see several of them are sort of like counting among the like they're looking among you, and at which point two of them spot Merrick, just run for just like fully, and it's not gentle. They grab and hoik you
I'm
up.
barely even awake.
You're barely awake, and they are just like standing you the fuck up.
I go for daggers, realize who's grabbing me, and I stop.
Yeah.
It's
And
it's
as-
just you guys.
Do
As
anyone
they
else
stand
see
you
this?
up, you see that they both look at your wounds and exchange a worried look. And it is at this point, everybody, that you can hear the sound of shouting. Who here doesn't speak Sylvan, just to clarify?
I think it's. Oh, does Salvar speak Sylvan?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit. Okay,
You
cool.
don't know that though. You
Sarah
don't-
likes
yeah,
to
I know.
understanding
No one
people
knows that
because
though.
she cast comprehend languages.
Oh, is it still up?
It only lasts
it
10 minutes, I think.
Lasts 10 minutes,
No,
so
so
she
yeah.
can't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's,
won't know.
it definitely didn't.
So you realise that the shouting, Merrick, Salvar, and Ewan, you realise that this is Asana. and you can hear her screaming and shouting, asking to be let go. And then you realise...
Oh, we didn't hide... Guys, weren't we supposed to hide the infected?
Well, I didn't know that.
I thought that was the assumption.
Yes.
And then you offered us rest.
Yeah, you...
And you see Asana is being dragged by 3 other dryads, one of them by her hair, across the floor to into the center of the room you're all in, as the other dryads sort of stand in very much in battle-ready positions.
Are they still like holding me, like kind of like restraining me, or did they just help me up?
They are restraining you. They are not holding you. They are. This is a restraint, not a. They've helped you up, but they are now restraining you.
So not the good kind of restraint.
Not the good kind of restraint either.
I kind of tense. I tense against it and just say, "What the fuck happened to Amnesty?"
And it is at this point that everybody gets to be reintroduced to Aubrette, Queen of the Dryads, daughter of Sylvanus. She walks into the room in a very different appearance than most of you know her. You see a long floral gown moves behind her on the floor. You see that what you saw before, her bark skin, has been replaced by very, very ornate clothing that is still naturally made, but this is woven. You can see you see lines of pure gold through it. It is very regal, and atop her head, you see a naturally grown crown. Within the center of it, you see a dark sort of navy blue pulsating jewel that has had dark oak grown around it, securing it into a sort of beautiful pattern. And then around it, smallest gems and a line of gold that can be occasionally seen in the inside of this warped tree and out of this warped bark.
Is it fused to her head, or is it just a crown made of bark with things infused?
Is it like grown from her head?
It's not grown from her head.
Okay.
It is a separate item. I will say Merrick does know that she grew it, but it is not attached. And as she walks in, she looks around the room, looks down at Asana, and in a very curt voice, again in Sylvan, you had only one job. Just the one. That was it. Purge the infected. Keep the person of interest.
I'm gonna go up and cast calm emotions.
You're going to approach her.
I'm gonna approach in that section and cast calm emotions, and everyone within 20 feet needs to make a charisma saving throw.
Hey. Am I within 20 feet? I'm still sitting where I was.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say right now most people are, so yeah.
Okay. My first roll. Yep. Oh shit. That's a nat one.
Another one!
Another one for... That was my first roll, and it's a nat one.
God,
So
20.
That's a 16.
So...
Okay.
I'm calm. I'm chilling.
Buller and America calm. You just chilled right now.
I'm straining against the restraining. The restraining.
Just like...
I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool.
I'm like, oh, Brett. Oh yeah, she took the kids. She's cool.
She's fine.
Yeah, Merrick's all gooey-eyed about with nostalgia.
Starlight's
he's
kind of
calmed
just
down
like...
and he's like remembering all the happy memories, like...
There's only
Starlight
two
kind
of
of just
them.
like looks at Bulla
Yeah.
and looks at Merrick and goes, couldn't you do that more often?
I'm a beacon of zen right now. To look upon me, you think to yourself, I'm high just looking at this guy. This guy.
I
just-
mean, with the right leaves, I could do the same.
You get a
effect
contact
without
high
that.
just being around
Anyways, what
Salvar.
happens next?
Actually, no.
No.
Neither Merrick nor Bulla are calmed. As behind this queen, you see one of the other dryads raises her hand and counterspells.
Oh, never mind.
And you see that she looks over and says, Dragonborn, if you wish to keep your life, do not cast magics around here.
Yes.
Turns back towards
Hold on.
Asana and says, we lack manpower, and that is the only reason I allow you to live. Take her outside. 40 lashes. Turns
Less
back.
okay. Less okay.
Turns back towards the others, and you watch just as Asana just sort of goes limp, just resigns herself to the situation as she's dragged outside and back down out of the tree. And she turns back to Merrick, and she takes her finger, places it under your chin, and gently lifts your head a little, with a smile that is not a nice smile. This is a smug smile on her face. You know, it's moments like this. And she leans a little bit further, and she goes, I feel like saying I told you so. Turns out my methods do have purpose, don't they, Merrick?
You haven't changed at all.
Not a single bit. Not by lack of trying on your side, however.
Starlight is just over there, like, basically eating popcorn.
Is this all still in Sylvan, or is this...
In Sylvan.
I respond in
Okay.
common.
Oh, you respond in
Okay.
common. She'll switch back to common then. Merrick, you're alive because you did me a great service back in Alavir. And you dealt with a matter of great pain. Was it quick?
Sure.
Thank you.
Bola will hear Olivera and be like, what the fuck?
I hear you are with child in your number.
Yeah, don't tell a dude they're with child. That's
Yeah.
kind of weird.
Crazy.
So, sorry. Through insight, is she referring to Meadow or is she referring to Merrick's child?
Unclear.
Okay.
She's holding her cards back right now. She's poker facing.
Merrick
I
will
just-
kind of just. Merrick will just kind of like gesture over to where Meadow is and just said, I was hoping for once you could help save an innocent life.
Oh!
Bola will stand up.
At that point, she places a hand on your throat. Doesn't apply
That's already
any...
fucked.
Yeah, like, it doesn't apply pressure, but, like, is intentionally touching right where it is painful. She's not pushing. She doesn't need to.
Yeah.
She knows
Nope.
she doesn't need to, right? By just placing the hand, she leans all the way in. No one else is going to be able to hear it. Don't try me, Merrick. You know how little patience I have for obstacles. Stop being one. There's a good boy.
I don't like Albright. I really don't. I don't
know-
like any of the NPCs
He-
you play.
He'll
He'll just kind of like
slowly but surely enjoying the fact that I accidentally punched her in the face.
her hands on his throat, and I imagine she's like right beside his face.
Yeah, right in beside the face.
Merrick will like lean into her, their cheeks touch,
Yeah.
and Merrick just goes,
Do me. Harder. sorry.
I'm sorry.
If there's any part of you that cares for me anymore, you will save this child.
You know, when I asked you, I wasn't talking about your companion here.
And you will also. Oh, sorry. Go on.
She like again like leans into it, softens her grip away from the pain point, and she says, "I'm happy to hear that you settled. It's a really nice tavern."
Then I'll restate what I said.
Oh, I could drop such a bomb right now.
What? What's in the chat?
One of the
I'm trying to ban them. It's not really doing it.
Ban hammer!
Ban
There
hammer!
it is. There's ban.
There we go.
Nice.
Oh,
There you go.
lovely. Perfect. Well done.
Then I'll just gotta rephrase my question and say, well then, if there's any part of you that cares for me, you will help ensure that my daughter is not an orphan.
No. I'll be your dad.
She...
Oh, God.
You feel a moment where she's like taken the hand off but hadn't really moved it away.
Yeah.
On your other cheek, the one that's hurt, you can feel her hand move across the wound. She's gonna cast Cure Wounds.
9th level.
No, not at 9th level, at 3rd.
My hit point maximum is lowered.
Yeah, it doesn't make a big bit of difference for you because of the nature of the damage. You do get a feeling of waking up a little, and again, it has improved your next saving throw DC, which you really needed. And she says, "I never stopped. You and the child will be fine. And if it's any consolation, you got yourself quite the catch with Tara as well." Leans back, and in common says aloud, "Pop him down, bring the mages over." You see that some of these, you realise that that 3 of the dryads that were at the back of the group are very different to the others. Whereas the rest of them are soldiers, these are very old dryads who are very clearly carrying a large number of herbs and each have arcane focuses. These are very clearly powerful druids. As one of them goes down to Merrick and she waves 2 of them over towards the child meadow.
Something.
What about the rest of the people who were infected?
Do you say it aloud?
Not right now.
No, right this second.
I'm just gonna go pick Sarah Lies up under one arm and just walk off.
No.
I mean,
And as I walk away, I say in Abyssal, "Virgin Queen, my ass." Just anyway.
what, your ass? And she speaks Infernal, not Abyssal.
I know. I said Abyssal.
He said in a language none of us speak.
Exactly.
Oh, Infernal's close enough. She'll like pick up a word here or there.
But
She
for
might
the rest of us,
understand
you
the
kind
word
of just.
You just heard arse. and
So the rest of
virgin.
us, you kind of just picked up Sarlize and then went.
Basically.
Starlight is like, I mean, I'm not opposed to this.
Anyways,
So
As far as everyone's concerned, I just picked up Sarah
Yeah,
Lies and just
basically,
started. I just started quoting Rammstein lyrics or something like that.
yeah, you guys. You guys, so as you guys walk off, you realise that the dryads have like start moving around, and at which point you're going to see that you realise that they actually open a small passageway between this canopy and the next one, and start moving through it. The Queen looks around, seeing Merrick receiving treatment, and calls out to the refugees. Do you have any leadership among you?
Navi, Navi, Navi.
Or Bola.
I slapped Bola on the back.
Bola will step forward.
When you step forward,
Again.
when you step forward, she looks over and says, "State your name, rank, and intention." Very bluntly, looking forward at you.
In her head, what?
Yeah.
What was it? Name, rank, and intention.
Yeah.
What rank technically is Bola?
Bulla, badass.
On script.
Don't fuck with
Bola.
me.
She says,
Mercenary?
uh,
Warrior? I don't know.
Bola Smith, protector of Oliver, to protect my people, make sure that they come out of here alive.
You look like a capable warrior, young protector. Well,
She is.
would like to have seen it. She looks over and says, "Right, Miss Bula Smith. You see that she sort of is partially distracted as she speaks to you and says, you can take your people back to my encampment. They should be safe there. We've been bringing in some refugees, and we don't have a lot of space with our food provision, but I hear Oliver has been hit pretty hard, so you are given free rein to rest with us."
She does bow her head in respect. Thank
I
you.
note that Bulla doesn't say thank you.
No, she.
It's just a note.
She
That is
wouldn't
the Bola
say-
version of a thank you.
She does bow in respect. I will say she won't say thank you,
That's
but
fair.
she does bow in respect.
You fucking decapitated one of them, but okay, thanks.
She, as you bow, she says, "Do you have warriors with you?"
A few.
Understood. Where are your warriors?
I call some of the people that like fought with us, and of course the group. But like,
Yeah.
she's pulling out some of the refugees. She does pull out Nafi as well,
Yeah.
because she is strong as hell.
Vibra as well.
Yeah.
Biobra, I help. Like, you know,
You
I
see
can
that
build a leg for this one if you don't have the means, but he is quite strong.
she looks among the group of warriors and says, "Half-elf. We're looking for a half-elf at the moment, actually." Pointing at Ewan.
Sorry.
Oh, hello again.
Again? Think I'd remember an ugly little face like yours.
Ugly? Oh, okay. Well, seeing as, there was a slight inconvenience and someone called Albrecht a little bit more battle ready than yourself. And I specifically spoke to her about taking care of some children from, unless that wasn't you, is that what you're saying?
Oh, Brett, you haven't met these people before.
Not once in my life. They seem like good people.
Insight. I'm inciting the hell out of that.
Yeah.
Because Bola was going to ask, but she decided not
that's
to.
it,
She
that's-
was like,
That's a 20 total.
That's
Okay.
a 20 total.
Naughty
Okay.
20.
On Naughty 20, you have I'm going to say that the DC is lower specifically for you as well.
God damn it.
Because, again, you know her. Yeah, she's telling the truth. She genuinely does not recognize any of the people in front of her.
oh,
Who did you give the
no!
kids to?
Oh, no. Oh my god.
She looks over and says, I was in...
Who did I punch in the face?
She states, I was in Alavir not long ago. It was a rather difficult time. We lost the leader of the cathedral there. It's where I saw you, Merrick, but I remember leaving almost immediately as you did.
Well, that means that another dryad
Has the children.
assumed the position that you were in, kidnapped a bunch of children, and actually posed as yourself.
The plot fucking thickens.
If you happen to have any sort of, not divination, but I won't resist if you want to go prodding around inside my mind to find the answer yourself. Just, don't be alarmed at anything else you see in there, because
Sarlais goes,
a
you
lot of
can
mess.
look in mine too, because apparently,
Oh, hang on, love. You ain't even there. You're still being held on to by Salva. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you two have fully wandered off.
Merrick is like kind of just keeping an eye on Bulla right now with this realization.
She's combination of anger with Ewan because he did hand them off, and then combination of just anger with herself for letting Ewan hand them off. So
I feel like Bulla's got the worst end of the stick in this whole encounter.
does.
Most of the
It's just
time, yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
How are we gonna fuck over Bulla today? The angry barbarian. It's just...
Can one of
poor
your...
Bulla.
Can
she
one
is
of your
shaking.
wonderful...
You can see her hands clenched. She's doing the Arthur meme, but
Calm emotions.
Can one of your wonderful druids provide any insight with regards to looking into my mind?
She looks round behind her, points her finger over at the druids one at a time, and starts sort of flicking between them. And then beckons one over, who follows over and says, Child, be still. It shall only be mildly painful. As she taps onto your forehead to try and gain some insight. You're not resisting the effects here, so we don't really need you to roll anything. It can just
It's like
happen.
a detect thoughts.
Yeah, it's...
Taps my head. Ooh, tingly.
And as they do so, the druid looks over and says, Your Majesty, this creature tells the truth. It appeared, this creature attempted to assassinate you. And you see
the
that Tara
imposter.
looks back.
The imposter.
then
You go and you see that the druid quickly follows that up with, and then negotiated some sort of deal with a pretender. I shall have no pretenders to my throne. I shall have this insolence punished severely.
Nice.
Oh, this makes a lot of sense now. She said that I would speak to you later, and then at the same time, the Dryads had no idea about me specifically, and they were just wanting me to meet you in person on a whim that it would be amusing to watch you kill me personally. But you don't know anything about me, so you definitely could kill me on a whim and there would be no harm, no foul. But at the same time...
Wait, you say there were other dryads involved?
The ones who took me when I was in the forest alone.
Asana and Chorin?
Yes. And another one. Can't remember their name though.
You only got those two names.
No, there was two either side of the thing, and then I was taken by Asana.
Yeah. You see that she looks to the druid, looks back at you. Please be precise, young one. What exactly did Asana say to you?
What exactly did she say to you? She said that an attempted assassination on Brett?
She called me Man Thing. and she held me down. And I stated that I met you because I have, and I was being chased by, well, a horde of undead, leading them away from the place where we were being overrun. And then I hope I killed the woman controlling the undead at the time. But there was a lot of insults. She put moss in my mouth. She tied me up. And she said it would be interesting to see how you deal with me.
Switches back to Sylvan. Again, she's not aware of who speaks Sylvan here, so it'd only be you and America who understand this. Go and find Asana immediately. Get her back up here under guard. We have traitors in our midst. As she turns back into common and says, if I find even a single inconsistency with what you have said,
You have full access to my memories.
I will not hesitate to terminate you and watch the life drain from your eyes. Do you understand me? This accusation of pretenderism is serious.
I do not doubt you in the slightest. Will you be looking at me while you choke me?
Yes.
She smiles, but does not dignify with a response.
Choke me like you hate me, but you love
I
me.
didn't want to say I hate that guy so much.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Are the druids still working on me?
They are, yes.
Are they working on you or working you?
No, working on him. And as bonk, as they work on you, and as the events take place, you hear a rapid scrambling of dryads coming up the stairs. And they, in Sylvan, again, only to the knowledge of Ewan and Merrick, they hear them say, "The traitor has escaped. She's killed 2 of the guards."
Oh, fucking damn it.
Fucking.
And on that note, we're going to go on a quick break.
Ah!
That is the point we're going on break.
Shit!
Everyone at home
Asana's the traitor!
cannot wait to see you all in a moment.
Didn't pick up on that at all.
Yeah, we have got like 5-10 minutes
See you soon.
of a break, and we'll see you all back soon.
That's why she fucking knew about what the Icker did.
Hello,
Oh, boy.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, so who the fuck did we give these kids to?
We
What
don't know.
do you mean we? What do you mean we?
Yeah.
Ewan did this.
That's true. That is
So far,
very
Salvar's
true.
the only innocent one out of all this, and he's the one that brought back a kid from the dead. I'm just saying.
Okay, so
Not yet, but I mean.
we're back in it.
Oh, yeah, we are back in it. Hi, Blue Moon. Nice to see you in the chat.
Hey, Blue Moon, how you doing?
Hello.
So. Ah, yes, where were we? The pit of despair. So, you have lost all of these children now. And, yeah, for those of you that are just joining us, before the break, the party. Oh, very fucking hydrating immediately.
Hydrate.
Oh.
Ugh. Oh god, I put way too much sugar in that drink. Like I needed it, like electrolytes, but like,
Yeah.
wow,
Zingy.
zing. Mm.
Woohoo!
All right.
Oh well. So where we left off, the party had just been able to finally take a long rest. Gain back some hit points, get back their spell slots, and have discovered that they did not, in fact, give the children to Albret. That the real Albret stood in front of them doesn't recognize Bulla or Ewan or the others, and only recognizes Merrick from before. And yeah, so whoever the hell the previous Albret was that you handed the children to is a pretender. And on that charming note, there is a moment of quiet in the room as you see that the other two dryads, the ones that were originally there with Asana, and
Corin.
Chorin, sorry, I'm getting my words jumbled. Chorin, you see, are all have been restrained and dragged into the room as well. At this point, as they are gathered up on the other side of the room. You see Albret looks across the room and appears to be sort of taking in her surroundings. When she looks back over, she sees Salvar and Saralise entering and looks over to Bulla and says, "You are the protector of your people, but a threat has arisen. Could you escort your people down to the base of the tree? I shall accompany you back to our encampment. I need to deal with my traitors and try and establish what has happened."
She just nods.
Perhaps we can help each other in this.
Starlight, since she was out of the room, asked, "What happened?"
Can we just say we catch her up?
Yeah, you can catch her up. So yeah, Salvar, Saralise, you are caught up on events.
Former Albret wasn't Albret. Lost kids.
Yeah, it was a quick boom.
I'm sorry. Astara? Astara?
Asana.
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep inserting a T.
It's all good.
She's hot as a sauna.
There you go.
Asana
You're a bad bitch.
said some things to me that make me think. Not quite sure, but she seemed to know about the Ika of the undead.
We have developed a little understanding of the undead, but you say she possessed a level of knowledge, wisdom?
I was able to check what she said. Apparently the Ika is able to attract other undead and has a connection to other, like someone controlling them.
Oh, shit.
And
Oh, that is alarming. This is new information to me.
so, if the undead come back, it's best to get rid of the bodies.
Right. Why would Asana withhold this information?
She referred to you as zealots.
Zealots?
Oh shit, that was a hint. I'm so oblivious.
Hey, the charisma people were not there. The charisma
To be
people-
fair,
But they were there, sorry. It was
Merrick-
the charisma
Merrick
people
is-
that were there.
Merrick is far more insightful than I ever am.
to be fair, Merrick also wasn't present.
No, true.
For-
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So, I mean, you know, the I'm picking up really sus vibes happened around Sarlice and Salvar, and Sarlice did pick
Right.
up on the sus vibes.
Do you know anything about the direction she went? Is there a chance we could track her?
Potentially, she has concealed herself to our usual tracking techniques. She clearly
What
knows
is your
we-
usual tracking technique?
Pheromones. She has concealed her scent. It's how we keep a track of each other. It's essentially a means of knowing where our fellow sisters are, how long since they last passed through an area.
I look to you and
I'm wondering if, since Sarlice was like right up on her recently, if she would be able to like sense her magic trail.
Ooh.
if you had like detect magic?
I don't have.
She doesn't have detect magic.
I don't have any spells like that.
I could track her by regular means.
I was
Something I've done
thinking
many
like
times before.
Arcana, like
Yeah. I will let Sarais do an Arcana. You're still up in the tree, but you could
Yeah,
definitely
we're nowhere
do it
near
in a
where
moment.
she fled.
Yeah,
But Ewan has something.
go on.
Yeah.
I'll go
Um,
second.
Ewan,
That's-
while Asana
that's a 21.
looking at Asana, he
You mean all Brett?
sorry, yes, or Brett. In Sylvan, if you would permit me, my queen, I would like to ask these traitors very nicely if they happen to know where their ringleader is.
She looks down like there's a genuine look of a bit of shock there. She wasn't expecting that. As she looks down and says, "You may proceed. Don't make too much of a mess. I would like what's left."
As this is
I'll
going
just
on,
quickly-
Sarlice has closed her eyes and is just
I'll
like
just quickly
focusing.
say to Bulla, you may want to get the refugees out of here.
I just want to ask one thing. I just
Go
like,
on.
was she actually lashed?
You see that she, upon hearing that, turns over to her guards, and they all nod.
Then her essence should be on the whip.
Blood.
And you see at that point, Brett's eyes widen as she clicks to them over, and you see that they produce out a whip. This thing, as you look at it, is brutal. You realise that this is essentially...
Those vine thorns.
No, much worse. They have threaded chunks of heated iron into it. Into the fabric of this, which are then warmed by their magics and then used as a whip. It is like uniquely
They have heat
painful.
metal.
It is uniquely vicious, especially iron and dryads and that whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like it's a real double whammy when they produce it. And you see that it's quite wet in blood.
If she's bleeding, I'll have a chance to track her better.
Who
Are you
said
almost done? As I look to the druids who are working on me.
They say, Yeah. We see, we're not entirely done. I mean, you do need to allow yourself to rest a little longer. We've only just.
No fucking time for that.
They kind of both, just kind of like, nope, not arguing.
I'll stand up and just kind of like stretch my shoulders back. And do I feel better?
Yeah, like you stand up and stretch it. Like you've noticed as well that like the wound, like the festering crap that was developing on the outside starts kind of falling away as it becomes cosmetic. The underneath of it is still like
Raw.
painful and raw, like fresh skin, but it is now a closed wound. It is just,
All right, he's gonna become handsome again.
Yeah.
Hey.
I feel it, and I just go. I look to Albert and the ones who healed me, and the intensity drops, and I say, "Thank you." And then the intensity returns, and I said, "We'll track down your traitor. I think we have a few questions we want answered as well."
Yeah, at this
Meantime-
point, Sarlise opens her eyes because I rolled a 21 on that Arcana check.
Yeah, I did hear.
And she kind of just goes, I think I have an idea of which direction she went. And she kind of like points. Which direction did she go?
Because Winimere is like south of here, right?
Winimere is
Yeah.
south. She has head northeast back towards Alavir.
Lovely.
And you, as you reach out, you can't initially pick up on her essence. It is as you reach out that you realize she used a pretty big spell very recently, relatively nearby, because you can feel like the after effects of it. As you reach out, you can feel like the equivalent of an arcane shockwave, like just still in the air of her energies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Go on.
Sorry, I was just gonna. I look to Sarlise and I just say, "Is it a trail, or did she traverse by different means? Did she jump between the planes, or
Zach,
a
what's the
large
answer
distance?"
here?
Like, I'm asking, did she teleport?
You don't know. You would need detect magic to find out the school of magic.
True.
Okay. Yeah.
A big spell was cast.
A big spell
I
was
can't
cast.
tell, but I can tell that she cast something very powerful rather recently.
Well, if she teleported out of here, then my skills are useless.
But I can feel where that was, the essence of which there are shockwaves.
We may not be able to track her today. This may be a future endeavor.
And who
Seems
said
like
you were
that
going
you
to be
have to
granted
track
permission
her.
to track her? Brett chimes
Sarlise turns to Abret and goes, if you would, I would prefer... Now, I don't mind if we have some assistance from your dryads, but I would prefer to be able to do this myself because of the conversation I had with her last night. I need answers.
Not to
So
mention
she's
the
taken the
traitors in your
children
midst.
of my town.
Or do you need us to say please?
Sarlise kind of just like eyes Ewan with this look like, not right now, Ewan. Not right now.
Well, as you look at you, and he's actually looking down at the three dryads, and he's twirling a very rusty iron dagger.
Again, the look continues it intensifies.
What is this
of
party?
Not right now.
Anyways, Zach was gonna say something.
I am very, very keen to establish who this pretender is.
I would like answers as well about that, because she took children that we assumed were going to be protected from us. And I know myself, I am rather keen on protecting children, but Bulla knows these children.
Grew up with them. they looked to me to be safe, and I handed them off to someone that. And she trails off, and she keeps looking down.
Young Protector, you were deceived. Even I have been deceived before. From the lowliest of knave to the highest of royalty can be deceived. You're not the first, and by no means the last.
I can't believe you've done this.
Oh, that was
I had to!
Oh, that was perfectly timed.
That was
I'm
perfect.
surprised I heard that.
Yeah.
It's because he's sharing his computer sounds with us.
Oh, okay.
because I'm sharing the music. It's coming across.
All
Oh,
right.
hi, Louise. Louise is in chat from last week.
Hello, hello.
Um,
Wait, Merrick, you were going to say something to Albrecht. I don't know if we track someone down. You got trailed. You got cut off. So I just want to make sure you were able to say what you were about. You're like, if we track them down, will you? That was like the last thing you said.
Like,
I don't.
yeah, I'll
remind you what you're.
Yeah, I'll just kind of finish that thought and say, well, Brett, you don't always have to do everything alone. Our goals are aligned in this moment. If you can guarantee the safety of these refugees and the healing you've provided to me, to them as well, we need not be enemies in this.
I can't provide these refugees with long-term security. I can heal them, I can rest them. I currently have a deal with the Black Guard in Winimere. They are exceptionally useful.
We can transport them to Winimere.
Yes.
Afterwards.
If you can give them temporary refuge.
That's all we need.
And healing.
I can give them healing and refuge.
Thank you.
I suggest that if you're chasing a dryad, you see the hand goes round behind her back, and you hear a clink as she casts some sort of spell behind her, and she holds in front of her two very long swords. The metal, you see that the handle of these two swords, the handles have been grown up around them, and you see these are classic swords of some of the most elite dryads there are, very similar to Chorin's swords.
Now, we said that we had. If that's allowed to happen, I can continue. So.
Yeah.
That's chat. That's nothing to do with us. Calm down, Rob.
That is chat. That is chat's fault this time.
Chat can do whatever they want.
I just mentioned that
so-
Chorin was in handcuffs at the moment because of what happened. This was an innocent comment.
Yeah,
Anyway,
she's
she
detained.
draws the swords.
She's detained, not in handcuffs, but also Louise High.
Okay, my bad.
So,
She is detained, maybe not in handcuffs.
as you are all gathered around, you see these two swords, and she says, "These weapons protect my sisters greatly. They carry a little arcane kick." And then she holds them out towards you and says, "I cannot give you any manpower, but I can give you this."
Who's she holding it out to?
She holds it out in front of all of you. She doesn't hold it to anyone in particular.
How big are they? Are they like rapiers? Or they're,
like what type?
Are they?
These are long swords, specifically.
They're long swords.
I am
Are they
proficient in long swords somehow.
I kind of like raise both my hands. I'm like, I have means of empowering my own strikes. I don't need
They're
them.
like finesse.
Well, it just points to her giant.
These are finesse weapons, yeah. Think Lord of the Rings elves.
Oh,
They're
okay,
swords.
they're like falchion level.
Yeah, kind of like curved.
Yeah,
almost
curved.
scimitar, but a bit longer.
Yeah, basically,
okay.
it's a longer, heavier scimitar.
Is it a
I
simple
happen-
weapon or is it a martial weapon?
Martial. It is
Never
a
mind.
Okay.
Paula just points her big, great axe and her maul on her back.
I
She
have
goes, "I'm
proficiency
good."
in long swords, but not
I'd say
proficiency in martial weapons.
I'd say let's give one to you and one to Saralize.
Yep, because you can both use them. Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense to me. Because I don't need them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Like, I could use them, but I think you guys will get better use from them.
right.
in D&D Beyond, what would I look up?
Well, you don't actually know what they do yet.
Customize.
Okay.
So.
Excuse me, Albert, what do these do?
Yes, Albret. Sarlai's just like she steps back so she doesn't hit anyone when she does it, but she is like testing
The weight.
the weight and everything.
As you, yes, Louise, yes, it is. Yeah, our death is very, very pretty. So, as you move it around, you can feel like this is exceptionally lightweight. It does not. Yes, I know. Sorry, chat is very distracting at the moment. I'm just blanking it.
Quit it,
I'm just
chat.
covering.
Ignore the chat, Zach.
Boink.
Zach, what
I
do
know
these
the
swords
chat are allowed to
do?
do what a steward
Look at me.
say what they want.
Look at me.
Looking at you, yes. Right. These swords, as you move it around, you realise that this is like half the weight it should be. This is, A, it is a finesse weapon, but B, you can use this single-handed. It is very light as it moves through the air.
So I can cast a spell at the same time as using this fucking longsword?
Yeah, it moves so swiftly as you move it. Do you try it out on anything?
Is there something that
You're in a tree.
You're in a tree.
I look to her and I go, is there something that I can hit that is not going to be of consequence? I don't want to, damage something in here
So I'll
that's
take a step back.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone collectively
Yeah.
moves away.
She looks down around her immediately, picks up a bowl, and fully frisbees it at you. Just like-
okay. So she swings.
Yeah, and as you do, you watch as this strange, like, radiant light crackles through the air as it hits into the, as it hits the item. As it hits the bowl, splitting it in half.
I love this.
So okay. Can we know the stats of it now?
This is a +1 longsword. It is mostly just a +1 sword, +1 to hit, +1 to damage. But its unique properties is that it can be used as a single-handed weapon, that it is very light, and once attuned to it, it can only be used by the attuner. The weapon rejects others, dealing radiant damage to them. You won't unlock this because it will come with proficiency. But this is a weapon that, like, as you get more proficient with it, it has further abilities. Which will add
Upgrades.
it has upgrades where it will start dealing out 2d4 then 3d4 radiant damage at the high levels.
Oh.
But yeah, at the moment, it's just +1. I forgot the last part. Stop punishing me, chat. I have to keep looking at you because I have to monitor the stream.
Okay, so
I'm
it's
looking at chat
one-handed.
too. So
Yeah, I know.
Once
it's
attuned,
like-
will only work for the owner. What else? Half weight.
So, half
Light,
weight.
it's finesse, we'll hold it in one hand.
Yeah, it's light, finesse it, hold it with one hand. Rejects again. So, it rejects away anyone that you don't want to use it. Yeah, that's the sum total of what it can do. You can, the bit I've forgotten is that you can shift, not at this level, but very soon you will be able to optionally change the damage to radiant damage. So you can, like, alter the damage type that it does from its usual slashing to radiant.
Oh.
All right. And Ewan has one too.
Yeah. Ewan.
Oh yeah, he's
Is-
about to question some people.
Ewan is going over to not not Louise's character, but one of the other ones. Yeah, not Chorin, just one of the other ones who hasn't been. Specifically the one that stuffed, like, basically the one that kicked him in the stomach and put moss in his mouth.
Yeah.
Vindication!
And he's going to, first of all, like, stand on her stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And then slide the...
It's the sad music. It's the sad music for the children.
And then slide the blade into her thigh.
Oh.
As he looks down and says, "So, the foot was for how you treated me. The blade is persuasion, because you're gonna tell me where your little hideout was. And if you don't, the blade's gonna twist. And if you still don't,
feeling about this.
I'll switch to the other leg."
At this point, has Bulla gotten the refugees?
I was about to say,
Yeah.
while Ewan goes, she's just gonna be like, okay, come on. And
Yeah.
she's like, I'll be right back. And just like
ushering everyone
filters
out.
them
yeah.
in. Yeah.
I'll
I tell Nafi.
I'll kind of go help wrangle.
Yeah. I like give a quick hug to Nafi real quick and say, it's you're in charge now. Mwah, kisses her on the forehead, lets her in.
Yeah, cool. So as you all lead them away, there is yes, Salva.
I'm waiting behind while the rest of the party leaves at the moment.
Okay.
I just go.
Yeah,
then
Sarlise is still in there trying to talk to Albrecht.
I think we're all still in there. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
we were helping getting the refugees out.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
As
they were
soon
gonna-
as
gonna be
she's
guided.
done,
Yeah, they're going to be guided to.
I'm gonna wait till everyone leaves. Let's put it that way.
You see
Yeah,
that
and-
I was going to say, to move back to that, sorry, is there anything else you want to do with the refugees there?
when they get through, as soon as she's done, all of them are accounted for, and she understands she's going right to where Ewan is, just standing there menacing.
Yeah.
Adding to the
join.
intimidation.
Yeah. As you do, you sort of slide this dagger into one of the traitors, to which she immediately screams out, "I'm not going to try it, it's going to make me faint." And she goes, this is the base, this is our only base, this is the only place that we operate out of. I mean, I don't know why she ran.
I'll be just kind of like working as a lie detector in the back. I just want to be like seeing if I can, like, I'll just be, I don't know if you just want a passive insight, but I'm just watching it all.
Roll me an insight now for what she's just said, and then I will let you need to tell me when you want to insight whatever she's saying again, but let me know each time. Just pay attention and say, I want to insight that.
I'm
Sure
gonna
thing.
Be honest. I don't know if I can believe that you'll just break after one thing. So, he takes out a small box. He's had the box for a little while. He's had the box since Winimere. And he opens it.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts placing small pieces of iron shrapnel that he had collected specifically for the bomb that he had made for Brett. And he basically moves, he removes the dagger, goes up to her like head, and just open your mouth.
She shakes her head, keeps her mouth closed.
Open your mouth or I cut it open.
You just watch as the humiliation on her face as she opens her mouth.
He drops.
Are we committing war crimes?
This is a war crime. This is definitely a war crime happening right now.
I did want to get a sense on what she first said, and I rolled a 25.
On a 25,
Nice.
I'm gonna say right now, seems pretty. She definitely isn't lying,
She might be omitting some things.
Whether she's omitting things is again, like, you're not sure that she's being entirely truthful, but she definitely didn't tell a lie.
She hasn't told any lies yet, but she hasn't told the full truth. So with that, I let you in continue.
With regards to what was said in the chat, I'm not
Let's
like...
not have the iron in her mouth, because she does need to talk to us.
She, in this moment of being really terrified, you see that the other dryad says, look, seriously, we don't know where she is, okay? It's not...
But you were in league with her?
Hang on. Chorin was her mate, right? I looked at Chorin.
Chorin has been blank and emotionless the whole time.
I'll just, as Ewan's doing his work, I'll just kneel in front of her and say,
I've got a thing.
Yeah. I'll let Saralise do the talking, but I'm just staring daggers at Chorin, seeing if I can read her.
So I've got Charm Person.
Ooh, okay.
At 2nd level for free, basically, because of my variant tiefling heritage.
Ooh, yeah, we can do that.
So charms too. Well, they have to save, but
yeah, they have to save. Wisdom save is 13.
I think you just get to cast it once a day for free as a 1st level
Yeah.
spell. It's not
technically, because I also have it as a bard.
Yes.
Oh, right, I see what you mean.
You can cast it at 2nd level.
Yeah, this is me casting it as the variant tiefling part, not as the 2nd level spell as
so then it's just
part
one
of my spell slot.
Then it's just one target. So you're just targeting Chorin.
Yeah.
then?
Yeah.
I'm just targeting Chorin.
Got it. Does not save very well at all.
You have advantage on charisma checks.
So yeah, you have advantage on your charisma checks now when you're speaking to her. What do you say?
What do you know about her plans?
Lie detector. Lie detector.
You see that she looks up and just says, only that she left me behind.
Insight. 17.
Telling the truth.
Well, I was gonna say she's charmed.
Tell.
She's charmed against me, so
she can still lie. It's
she
just
can
she's
still.
she's incentivized to not.
Yeah, it's harder for her to do so. But yeah, you are confirming. So yeah, Merrick's insights are still needed here.
You kind of like make eye contact with Merrick, Saralise, and he'll just go like, and I'll just kind of say aloud for everyone to hear, and I just go, there's a chance that Asana might have been working alone in this. Keep that in mind.
What do you know about how she felt about this entire situation?
Persuasion advantage.
Before questions continue,
What's Salva gonna do?
I can't believe I actually put this. Now I did this by mistake, but apparently this is the best mistake ever. I'm gonna come along and cast Zone of Truth.
Hey!
The best interrogation spell.
Yes, hell yeah.
I would like to add that Bullet is there looking menacing to add to any intimidation checks.
Yeah.
Or
I love
checks.
this. As a
Just-
charisma character, this entire situation is the best thing for me.
We're learning what we can.
Yep.
I don't think they're in on it, so I like.
The persuasion check that you got there.
That is a 22 on persuasion check.
Nice. So just before the Zone of Truth, on the 22 persuasion, Chorin looks back up and says, "We were trying to leave.
You're quiet.
We were trying to leave. Better?
A little bit.
A little bit.
How's that now?
Way better.
Much
yeah.
better.
Oh, there we go. She says, I was trying to leave. And so was she. She was supposed to take me with her.
Why were you trying to leave?
Goes quiet.
Don't Truth.
Yeah, I know Zone of Truth's there, but it doesn't compel her to speak.
If she speaks, she can only speak the truth, but she doesn't have to talk.
She stops talking.
They just look at you for the eye.
Ewan doesn't actually put the iron in the dryad after stabbing in the leg. It's one of those.
It's more of a threat of it being.
Yeah, just more like just do.
It's like the idea of, well, I hate to say it, but that, like when you held someone down and like held a loogie and kept sucking it back up so it didn't hit their face. Like
it's the presence of it is the more of a threat than it actually being used.
Yeah.
So Sarlai's holds out her hand to Ewan for a piece of iron.
He slides the box over.
She grabs a piece out and puts it close to the face, but not touching her.
Intimidation advantage. And because there are so many factors, instead of advantage does not stack, but I will give her disadvantage to save against it.
Okay.
I think that there is so much going on in the way of intimidation here with people and the iron and everything and all of this. Yeah.
22. And that's good because the other dice is a nat one.
Oh shit.
Lovely. So, as you see, as she looks up and says, "You don't know what it's like to live in that colony."
You're quiet again.
You don't know what it's like to live in this colony.
I certainly don't, but you have to tell us in order for us to have any insight to this, dear.
I just want to point out as soon as she says that, Salva just squats to his knees and just looks at her and tilts his head.
Merrick will stand up. He'll take a step back. He knows he's out of his element in this.
Yeah. You want a real answer, you can ask her what she does to her people.
I looked at Albrecht.
Yeah, looking at Albrecht.
Where is Albrecht right now?
He's in the room with us.
He's in the room. She's in the room. Yeah.
Oh, so she wants to watch this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask her then, what does she mean by that? Bear in mind, she's in the zone of truth as well.
No, she is not.
Well, it's
a radial thing, and you did it on the prisoners. She was at the other end of the room, I think.
Oh, okay. It's a 15 feet thing.
It's a 15 feet thing, yeah. And explicitly, Ewan was told to take them into a different room. She hasn't followed through. She is.
So she's like
at
the barrier.
Yeah, she's at the barrier listening. She's not in the room.
I don't mind it.
Yeah, but where you do say that to her, she doesn't really dignify it with a response. Just
would
stays
Merrick
quiet.
know?
I have an idea.
That pretty little thing on your neck, an example.
Different, actually.
Fair enough.
No, she found me after that.
Regardless.
But I looked at Albrecht and I go, but if anyone knows how to throw innocence to the side, it would be her.
So Sarlai's looks Chorin back in the eyes after turning to them speaking, and goes, "What do you know of this plague?"
Nothing. The
These
plague.
are questions for Asana.
The plague just. You see that she's trying to resist. The colony's breaking. We just wanted to survive.
I can't blame you for that. And she she's being gentle, like with the hand that's not holding the iron. She like strokes hair out of Chorin's face. Like this is like legitimately her
being kind.
Yeah.
She goes, I don't blame you, but I need to know everything that you know. We need to find your partner so that we can do what needs to be done and find out everything we can to save this land.
Asana, you see that she's like actively trying to resist, but by the nature of the magics upon her and the charm person encouraging her to speak, like it's as forced words as you can.
That's a good combo.
The combo of Zone of Truth.
Charm is incentivizing her to speak, and Zone of Truth means she can't lie.
Exactly.
Saralise and Salva are very charming people.
It's a good, yeah. Why would you want to lie to that?
Exactly.
I have a question.
As I will summarize that part just quickly, because what she replies with is, Asana met somebody, a man, an elf, who could get us away from this.
Oh, fuck.
I don't...
My quips.
We could just... You hear a sob creep into her voice in the first point of her showing real emotion. She said, he could let us just be together.
Saralise reaches over and hugs her close. She goes, it's all right, I understand. I need to know everything so we can do anything that we can to make sure your partner stays alive. We have to find her.
There's the other...
She's still like hugging her closely.
Yeah. As you hug her closely, she says, the society has a safe haven and access to the network we walk through. They allowed us to use it. All we needed to do was cover up after the elf got killed.
My fault. Sorry about that.
Saralise is still like, she tightens the hug and looks to Merrick and goes, do you have any insight on this?
Remember that mage I told you I killed? The one who seemed to be a member of the Winimere Arcane Society? The one who probably has had some insight into all of this?
Yes.
And any chance this... I look to Chor and I say, any chance this elf had the name of Archibald?
He did say his name was Archie.
Well, there it is. Yeah, he's fucking dead. I killed him.
Out of character, I'm snorting, not in character. To be fair, Saralise just kind of like eyes Merrick. She's like, "You're not helping."
Or reference. I keep. Oh, what are you?
Sorry,
I just want to ask one question. I'm just gonna. From my own perspective, I'm assuming since Saralise is hugging her as well, like she's going to hear this as well. I'm just going to lean in and whisper to her, what does Albert fear?
Ooh. Oh, dear, that was really cool. So, sorry, there was a sound effect. It was an oof, and it was just perfect. And it just brought me joy.
Only for you, Zach. I think this was for a reason.
So where we have...
Close your horses, Daddy Zach. My God.
Oh, God, don't.
I'll just quickly... No. I'll be right back. I gotta...
Oh, yeah, okay. yeah.
Well, seriously going to the
actually got to go to the bathroom.
All right.
I love it. Oh, that's brilliant.
The timing on that bathroom break.
Yeah, sorry, what were you trying to clarify, Rob?
What does Albrecht fear?
And that's what you asked Chorin.
Yes. And I'm assuming Sarah Lies will hear this as well, but I'm whispering it so no one else can hear as well.
Got it. You get a whisper back. Losing control.
So much for the Virgin Queen. I'll stand up.
Starlight holds Chorin tight and goes, "We'll do everything within our power to make sure that Asana survives this, so that you two can be together.
Wait for it.
I can't make any promises, because I do not know what Albrecht will do, but we will do everything we can." And she leans back and tilts Chorin's face up and wipes her tears away. And goes, "But I promise you, I will do everything I can."
She stops crying. She collects herself and just nods. There's a small hamlet just outside of Alavir. So small, it doesn't even have a name if I remember correctly. It's about a mile out of town. Head north. The third house has a tavern, a secret tavern on the underneath. They have all sorts of strange things they do down there. That is where we had to meet the elf. That's where we met him. That's where we got whenever we organised our plan to leave. That's where we were going to go.
Sarlais sits back, and she's tearing up a little and goes, "Thank you."
Forget that they took children.
No, Sarlais is upset about the entire situation.
Oh my god! Just donated $10. That's really sweet.
Nice.
Oh,
Hey! I cannot pronounce the name. Ayaganazi?
Oh yeah, Ayaganazi.
Ayaganazi. Yeah, that is so awesome. Apparently, rumor has it you have an Amazon wish list. You should post that. I should.
Hey.
Actually,
Is that not in the link tree?
I've realised it's not in the link tree. Must not be then. I thought it was. Sounds like Ayaganazi.
I have a couple of questions
Hey,
to
thank
ask
you. Thank you so much. Go on.
relating to, first of all, with regards to being in Winimere, I know that the people who the Dryads attacked, the refugees that the Dryads attacked, don't usually make it back to Winimere. They're not really held safely.
No.
So I'm going to ask her while the Zone of Truth and the Charmed Person's still up. What do you do to the prisoners? What do you do to the refugees? Because clearly you're putting the lives of the Dryads first. So with regards to the refugees and the merciless killing of any of the infected, it looks more like livestock.
As you say that, you are interrupted by Albrecht, who is still listening, who says, "Quite enough of those questions. Move along."
Sarlais casts message at Ewan and goes, "That kind of questioning is better asked towards me, so since I'm right in Chorin's ear."
The message back is, I wasn't expecting a response from her. I was looking for a response from the Queen.
Sarlais just nods her head.
Fair enough. I won't ask about whatever you're doing below decks, as it were.
Do we have all the information we need? The more time we waste here, the longer she has to get away.
Well, depending on if we can get a loyal guide, they might be able to guide us through the network closer
Zach,
to where we need to be.
do I know this hamlet?
You do know this hamlet, yes.
Is it the one? Of course.
Do I know
Fucking
this
course.
hamlet?
Of fucking course it is.
Zach, do I know this hamlet?
And here's the question:
History check.
Does Sarlaise know this hamlet because she's traveled around since she accidentally yeeted herself here?
No, I don't know this hamlet. It's just...
Also history check.
Do I know this hamlet?
I will say Bula needs to give me a history check as well for this one.
Sorry, America ain't so special anymore.
No, that
No,
you
I
guys could
definitely
know.
know.
You guys could know of it.
Naughty
Merrick
20s
has
today.
Yeah, Merrick's information.
Merrick has significance to it.
That's a 16.
That's a naughty 20.
On a naughty 20, yeah, you, like, as described, you're pretty sure you've been through a few times. You don't remember this secretive tavern being there. You remember that it's quite a highly trafficked road that it sits on. It's one of the minor trade roads, but it is quite well trafficked. And you do remember passing through. And you remember the size of it. It's bloody tiny.
Could I get that? Could I get us there quick?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just staring at Albrecht and I go to speaking to them, looking at her, and I say, I can lead us there quickly. I know it well.
Looking back at you, you see that you can see the look on Albrecht's face as she looks back, and she says, Merrick, no.
Can Sarlaise do a persuasion check on Brett to one, try and get them to where they're trying to go, and two, to make sure that Abret doesn't unnecessarily injure Chorin
While we're gone.
while we're gone.
Also, is
Because-
Albrecht now in the zone of
Can
truth?
do. You can move her into it so she can do a save.
Before you do that, though, Bola does want to ask, what does she know anything about the children
What,
that
Charin?
she took? Sharon, yeah.
Okay. So Sarlaise turns back to Chorin and goes, "What do you know of what happened to the children?"
With a charmed aspect or with advantage. Oh, yeah, that'd be like it.
Not gonna make you roll. It's nice and easy for you to do. She, quite truthfully, looking very terrified now, looks at you and just looks up and says, I didn't know there were children involved.
You know, by this point, Sarlaise has pocketed the iron, by the way.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah. There's no
She's
need for
not-
it anymore.
she's not trying to intimidate Chorin, she's trying to comfort her.
There's one more thing that Ewan wants to do, and it doesn't pertain to this, because we are about, like, Ewan's about ready to leave, but what Ewan wants to do is walk to, like, an area where it's outside, so that he can look down, see if he can look over the edge, and see if he can see at the bottom of the tree, see if he can see where the refugees are.
Yeah, you can see the refugees. They're kind of just huddled around. There's some dryads with them. They're currently eating. It looks like a pretty chill scene down there.
I'm going to take something heavy, whether it be a rock, if there is rocks this high up in the tree, or just a thick, like, branch. And I want to write a note and, like, tie it to the branch to kind of, like, try and throw it into the middle of the camp.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you can just do that.
Okay, cool.
Just like paper football or something like that.
Yeah. Are we getting up and getting ready to go?
Yeah, that's the impression I'm getting.
Okay. As we
I'm gonna message you what the note says.
Okay.
all the last thing Albrecht said to me was Merrick no.
Yeah.
Was she gonna finish that sentence or was
She
that
doesn't know. She says Merrick no and then just sort of shakes her head looking at you. It's a very puzzling expression she's giving you right now.
True. True.
I take a step forward and I just go, you will get your people in order. You will leave these refugees alone and you will heal the people you promised to heal. And you will let us go and fix this mess that you've made. Or you will learn what it is like when I lose my patience. And then I will go.
Oh.
I love Merrick right now.
I follow Merrick out.
Yeah.
I follow Merrick out.
Yeah.
Just kind of, you know how like squad out, Bola just kind of
Yeah.
and like walks away.
Yeah.
And after fucking Ewan leaning up the rear finishes writing the note, he kind of just mic drops it off the edge and then walks.
I just want to say Sarvar's going to be the last one out. As he's just going to stop in front of Albrecht and just goes, remember who watches over the land beyond your borders, and just walks off.
Sarlai still hasn't left. She's still holding Chorin.
Oh,
By the way.
Yeah. By the way, as Merrick walks out, he just kind of like takes a deep breath and just like looks over, sees Bulla at his side, and he just playfully punches her shoulder and just keeps walking.
Bulla punches back.
Yeah,
and
I reach up, punching. Bulla punches me back. I fall off the tree.
It's like that scene with Thor and the Hulk in the first Avengers movie.
Yes.
Boom.
I don't punch him back. I just take 2 fingers and just push his shoulder a little bit.
I like go 3 feet.
Something like that.
Sarlai's, before she stands up, she pulls out a letter and shows it to Chorin and opens it and goes, I'm very far from home. I understand how you feel. And it's a very heartfelt love letter from a Triton and a Gina. And she goes, I never meant to end up here. I don't know how I will ever get home. But what I do know is that I will do the good that I can while I'm here. And I want you to be able to be with Asana if I can do that for you.
She's never meant to hurt anyone. None of us
I didn't hear you,
did.
Zach, sorry.
We can't
You're
hear
very,
a damn thing.
very...
Buy him a microphone as well.
Yeah, add that to your wish list.
Yeah, I'm adding a microphone to my wish list. I'm getting a new mic.
Oh, we can hear you now, good.
Oh, that's better. Right, I need a new microphone as well as a new stand. Well, at least I've been donated money so I can do it. Yay.
For my travel kit, I use the blue snowball. It's actually decent.
Oh, is it quite good?
Yeah.
Ah,
Anyways, does Tor
It's not horrible, but it's better than a mic that's like dying on you.
Yeah.
Anyway, Merrick, what you were saying?
Yeah, anyways, in response to what Sarlais did, Chorin.
Chorin just says, I never... She's in way over her head. And I don't know if she's going to be okay. And you realise that as she looks behind your back, you kind of look as well and realise that Albrecht has left now. You know I'll be tried for treason. We both will.
I know, and I am going to try to do everything that I can to persuade her to just let you go, to exile you instead of killing you. I cannot promise that, But I am going to do what I can so that you two can be together.
Thank you, Saralice.
Think nothing of it. I just want to do the good I can in the world.
The rest of us are walking down the tree, and we're like, "What the fuck's Saralice?"
And damn it, I'm having this heavy moment.
Sorry.
And I see myself in you to a degree. So I want to do what I can to help you.
If you can bring her back to me, I will help you get home. I would do anything for her to come home.
At this point, I don't know if I want to go home or not. I have friends and I've established myself here, but anything that you can do to help us along the way. Because my priority right now is to make sure that we deal with this plague. I cannot in good conscience leave here without helping.
She looks around again, and in a much more hushed voice says, I've never seen one of her hirees that has lived very long. You're not safe.
I didn't think we
You-
were.
Just keep yourselves useful. The refugees have been safe, but she looks around her and says, they're building something underneath. She has them working down there. She says that it's going to end the war.
That's concerning. Is there anything else you know?
Only that the refugees she takes in are sent there. And I've never seen one come back out of that pit.
The refugees we brought here.
Over there.
The refugees we brought here are not. We're not letting that happen.
I might have actually done something about that.
You're not here.
Oh,
Yeah, you're not there yet.
damn it!
You're out with us.
Yeah.
We're all
Yeah,
leaving.
Sarlice stands up after giving Chorin another hug
Yeah.
and wiping any remaining tears off her face. She goes, "Thank you. Again, I'm going to try to do anything in my power to make sure that you two can be together."
She nods. She sort of leans, sort of gestures to her sisters to move forward, and you see they walk out to the guards that were outside to be taken back downstairs.
So hey guys, have you figured out that her personality trait is she's a hopeless romantic?
I imagine we all.
A little bit.
I imagine we all got out and we're like, we realized Saralice wasn't there. We just kind of waited before descending the tree.
All of a sudden, Savar comes back, just picks her up and just get. Okay, we gotta go.
We gotta go. Come on.
Sarlice is like, "You might want to put me down."
I was
Well,
joking.
again, I don't mind the view.
I was joking.
He didn't actually.
Okay.
So Saralice comes back out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sarlice comes back out and reveals the information about the refugees that the Dryads have.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Glad we know that.
Great.
I cast calm emotions on Bola.
I will smack you in the face.
You can't. Calm emotions.
She is before she says this, she prefaces it with, "We need to make sure that we don't let this happen," and then tells the information.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like we need to get back faster then. Why are we sitting here and talking? And she keeps going.
Does the Dryad leave with Sarlice, or is it just
No, the dryad I
They're
would
taken
imagine
by
is still in the room.
Guard.
Yeah.
No one's there right now.
It's just yourselves. You see that that Aubret has left, but Aubret is opening up their means of transportation at the moment.
Sarlais walks over to Aubret to go with the promise that she gave Chorin.
Yeah.
Gonna pee.
Cool. As you speak together, she says, I shall not have the laws of my land dictated by outsiders. I
understand.
I give you my
All
promise.
I'm asking is you exile her and Asana instead of executing them.
Achieve your mission, and that is your reward.
Sarlais nods.
That's better than we could have hoped for.
And she looks at you and she says, she shall be kept alive and well. Fail me, and my law proceeds as it should.
Insight check.
Yep.
There.
And you could do one as well. You want to just
Yeah,
I'm
Sarlais is
there.
gonna win it.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I told her off and I left.
Sarlais is gonna do an insight check on this too.
25.
Ooh, cleric.
Where
Oh, we love clerics. Oh, we
Yeah,
love to see it.
Salvar and Merrick are both like wisdom.
21.
Both of you. She is pissed that she doesn't get to execute this fucking traitor.
I would imagine, but she doesn't. Sarlais doesn't fucking care. She's just like,
you can tell that she's very concerned. Like she is very one-minded, and basically, as far as she's concerned, she's a traitor. She's just like, nope, this is a traitor. This is an enemy. Doesn't matter at this point. You're preventing me from killing my enemy. But again, you do get the sense of, you can see like she's restrained by her own sense of honor.
Woman of her word, and she hates it.
Yes, very much.
Right. Shall we venture onwards, or
Yeah.
But for reference, that's Sarlai's reward, right? Like,
yes.
So, as we all like,
we all individually get rewards. That's
not now. Let's go.
You
Wait,
say
what?
that. You see, Aubret just blankly looks over, goes to say something, sees you say that, just kind of looks at you, Merrick. Just there's this little sign of a younger woman and her cheeky grin of seeing you shepherd them away as they're pushing their luck.
Middle finger comes out as he walks away.
Yeah.
I'm just going to turn back to her and just say, try not to lose control while we're gone, and we're going to head off.
Oh,
as
God.
we're
She
deciding
Deadpan has jokes, motherfucker. Hell yeah.
I love our straight man.
Yeah.
I know. Straight boy, it's lovely. So, as you prepare off, we are close to the end of today's session, but we are going to get the journey started. And it's at this point, I will remind you, it's only first thing in the morning. You've got a full day of travel that you can take.
A long
My
rest.
good time.
You've had your long rest. No, we're not ending the session. Hold on. Wait.
Salvar drops a bone like a mic.
So as you get ready to go, I need an action plan from you. So when it comes to travel speed over greater distance, you guys have used a number of sort of sneaky ways. This is going to be your first sustained march anywhere where you're moving over open land that is dangerous.
What land are we going through?
Woodlands, pretty dense woodlands mostly. There's a couple of smaller clearings you're going to have to move through, like around Alavir, but largely it's woodland.
Where was the
Bulla.
place that I...
Sarlais is gonna definitely prefer to be trying to jump through the trees.
That'll slow us down.
So
a hell
you
of a
had
lot.
me You had me roll for history for the
town,
The
the
village
hamlet.
town.
the hamlet. I rolled 16. Did I know anything?
You did. I'm sorry I didn't tell you.
It's okay.
You would know, actually, from being a young child, that you were actively told not to go anywhere near the place. The adults always used to say about how that's where the bad people were, and so you were not allowed to go near it as a child. And as you grew older, you would hear stories, that are spread around by other teenagers, talking about this like strange little hamlet that's and all these ideas. Partly some people saying that it's haunted by ghosts, others think that there's a large ogre that resides underneath it, but nothing.
Fables.
Lots of fables and legends and whatnot. But yeah, it's a place which the residents of Alavir did not like.
Cool. So she'll take up the front.
Well, I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
Side by side, I guess.
Yeah, I'll stick up at the front with you. After I'm gonna say, I think collectively we all check on the refugees, make sure that the druids are doing their promise and actually healing some of them.
Yeah.
The druids have carried out their promise, yes.
Phenomenal.
And have healed them.
Awesome.
And then-
I definitely check Navi. She's okay.
Navi is okay. Yes.
Yes, Bola doesn't get screwed over for once. Okay.
Yes, Navi
As
is
we're
fine.
getting ready to as we're saying our final goodbyes,
Yeah.
I'll just put my hand on Bola's shoulder, reaching up.
Importantly, they have surrounded Meadow in some sort of seaweed wrap, you realise? And that
You
they're...
got a spa. That's how she's getting revived.
Cucumbers over his
The
eyes.
death spa.
The Death Spa.
Right.
And they've wrapped him round as with this cucumber. You're talking about cucumber,
I'm Pickle Rick!
Pickle Rick!
A Pickle Rick, Marty!
So they surround him in this seaweed wrap, and you see that they begin this incantation, and that they have redone the gentle repose to buy themselves more time to do the full resurrection.
Cool.
And you can see
Awesome.
they're putting some pretty significant resources in bringing him back.
All right. I will real quick take Nafi, and as I'm hugging her, I just kind of lean in towards her little halfling ear and say, I wouldn't fully trust these dryads. Keep everyone safe as you can.
She whispers back and says, I've fought dryads since I was a little girl when they came on our farm. I know better than to trust them.
I love Navi.
Love Navi.
We're gonna get back. We're gonna get back. All the dryads will be dead. Navi will just be
She's like-
standing over their bodies.
It's like, what took you so long?
Yeah, I did
There's
that.
a weapon of mass destruction downstairs. I blew that up too. Like, come on.
This is just Navi. She's like, ah!
No, Navi just set off the nuke that the dryads are building.
And at which point we're getting a level, right?
As we're leaving, as you and I did specifically want to try and do something, which was speak in Sylvan with a deliberately feminine voice
Yep.
to
Stretch, guys.
behind
Oh,
one of the
hey,
dryads.
Taste it.
Stretch. Oh, hey.
Hey, Taste it. Thanks for the stretch.
I'm stretching. Hold on.
You want to speak? You're speaking in a feminine voice too. Sorry, I missed that.
Behind one of the dryads, so they don't necessarily see me, but I want to try and catch them off guard because I want to speak in Sylvan with a feminine voice and just sort of say, which one do you think looks the tastiest?
Oh, okay. Right. We're gonna see how this one plays out. Right.
I'm usually the most chaotic
also-
player out of everyone. I am
Also,
not
before-
in this party.
Deception.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's get that deception roll out of the way.
And I want to just do one thing before. I want to mention one thing before we leave. But
Go on.
26.
So you say that, to which you hear one of them go, "You fucking what?" As they sort of like turn round in utter confusion, and then realise it's you, and they're like, "Oh." Like, they look around, and you see that one of them points out into the distance and say, I didn't realise you could see the deer. I thought only our eyes were good for that. Must be some sort of ranger, you must...
How? No, I'm not a ranger. That's his job.
Oh, well, I just assumed maybe you were doubling up or something.
Other people are good at shit too. What? That's called profiling, you bitch.
Well, yes.
Ewan, we got to go.
Starlight's just like puts her hand over Ewan's mouth and goes, "I'm sorry. He's
He licks your
not
hand.
always the best." She just kind of looks and goes, "Later."
Keeps it there.
later."
I go pick up you and just scoop him up on the
I love that this is Salvar's go-to action.
When in doubt, pick them up.
Yeah, if in doubt, pick them up. They sad, pick them up. If they're angry,
just-
pick them up.
As we're getting ready to get up and go, I just want to mention to you, Zach, Merrick has on purpose not given back the amulet to Obra yet. He still hasn't.
Yeah.
So that's
Starlight's like wipes her hand on Ewan's face as Salvar picks him up.
As
It's a real shame. 'cause that
Merrick's
tastes
just kind of
delicious.
Merrick has his bow out and is just kind of like sat and he's kneeling and he's just looking around. And he just looks off in the distance. Him and Bulla are just looking at the same direction, and he looks to Bulla, and Merrick goes, "Have you ever been to this place before?"
No, but I've heard much tale of the bad things that go on there. Bad people.
Would Starlight have been here, or has she just heard of it?
Starlight will have walked through, but you wouldn't
Okay.
have been like, you wouldn't have stayed anywhere around here. It's just
Okay.
this, you have passed on the trade road it sits on.
I
And so
kinda-
know what
I
it
kinda-
looks like by sight, yeah.
I kind of push myself up with my bow and string it across my back again, and I just go, "In my experience, the bad things happen to it. But we'll figure that out. Everyone ready?"
Starlight just nods.
And
Ewan.
you see, as you do so, you are all stood together until you hear, guys, room for a little one, is there? And you realise that Biobra is standing
fucking
just
hell.
away.
For God's sake, I am not carrying him anymore.
No,
I love this.
Biobra is standing completely by himself, in just up a couple of, just a little bit away from you.
Hey, you got a leg back.
Did they reattach his leg?
Yeah, they
Or do
gave
they-
him a new one. They grew him.
Oh.
They grew him a prosthesis.
Gee,
I
okay,
love
okay, so
it.
it's a prosthetic. But
It's a prosthetic, but it is because they've grown it into him. It is.
It's like having a Warforged leg.
Yeah,
Merrick-
it's like having a Warforged leg. Yeah.
I go on to
I'll
it.
kind of smile, and I'll kind of look to everyone, and I'll just kind of like wave Biabra closer, and just kind of like almost in a huddle, I'll say, "As much as I would like your help, I think it might be better if you stay here and ensure that nothing bad happens to these people."
Yes, I'm asking because the Dryads are refusing to take me because I'm part of the Black Guard.
Oh, right.
Starlight says, "I'm not surprised by that. It might be a good idea if we take him with us."
As much as I would like you to stay here, it might not be the best for your own safety.
Does he
Yes,
still
I
have that iron leg?
No, he's got a new one.
No,
You
does
got
he
a
still
new
have-
grown
What
one.
happened to the one?
Oh,
bullet?
as like
Yeah.
a club?
No, does he still have the stick, iron stick? That was his leg.
No, it got broken off if you remember correctly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he used it as a
It
weapon.
got broken.
Yeah.
That's why I said.
Oh, I didn't
Like,
know
as
it was
like a
broken.
club?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Does he have an iron stick
That's
on
why
him by any chance?
That's why we've been carrying him.
Does he have an iron stick on him by any chance?
I mean, by Iron Stick, he does have a very large longsword, a great
No,
sword.
like a bit of rebar or something like that. I
Oh,
don't know.
no.
Not anymore.
Oh,
not
never
anymore.
mind. Then. Never mind.
You and also at this point you're able to realize he's got like his armor properly on now, like he's unpacked his kit and he's fully had the first moment since you've met him to actually like put
Before
his
I chopped
armor
his leg
on.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, like actually like put his armor on, get himself ready, and has now actually had some fucking sleep and
Eyes
something
of the
to
grave.
eat.
Eyes of the grave.
Okay, Eyes of the Grave, yeah, he's fine.
Oh.
He looks pretty with it for a change. Like, you know, he actually is looking pretty good, and you realise at this point he's got a really cool sword. Like, his greatsword is like it's a two-handed weapon, but it is fucking ginormous. That and with his armor, he is built like a brick shithouse. Like he was obviously quite muscular, but like with the
He's, like,
armor
wide.
on, he's wide. Like with the
He's
armor on,
built
it's
like a Dorito or something like that, basically.
yeah, it's like
Well-
like Kingpin from Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
this guy's vast.
Well, in that case, yeah,
All right, then.
we'll happily take the help if you're willing to
Wrong complete mail.
give it. And I'll look to Bulla and I'll say, don't worry, if they give them any shit, I'm sure Navi will rip their heads off.
I'm going to ask
Yes, you will.
Firebra to hold out his arms, if that's okay.
He does.
Okay, I'm just going to place you in there. Just hold this.
Hold this. Is Ewan just enjoying the ride?
I know I would be. Yeah, so he puts Ewan down.
Yeah,
Oh,
Ewan,
my
when
God.
he accepts being put down.
Yeah.
I accept this.
He's just being past the Ewan.
Yeah, it's past the Ewan.
I'm sorry, Ewan.
He pops you down, and he goes, has he got like a thing about that or something?
Well, he definitely doesn't ask permission before picking people up, so something tells me that he hasn't had much experience with personal boundaries.
Well, that's...
No, definitely not.
Nah, yeah, that boundary stuff. Yeah. He's
Touch
Running
me
daylight.
again and I'll see how
Boundary
many
stuff.
daggers I can fit in your asshole.
We're burning
so much
daylight.
fun. Anyway,
Can we
Walking and
go,
talking.
please?
Goes, yes. Can we go? We can continue the conversation as we walk.
I don't really want to talk about knives and assholes as I'm like walking around this forest, you know.
You know, there's worse things we could talk about.
I mean,
Merrick,
yeah, but
Merrick, sorry,
Go on, no,
Merrick
go on.
takes a deep breath thinking about this place he's about to return to, and just like he was smiling at the jokes that were just happening, and then he looks into the forest, takes a breath, the smile completely disappears, and it just
Would
starts
Starlight
walking.
have noticed?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, probably. It's not
Oh,
very
yeah.
subtle. It's not
Yeah,
very
like,
subtle.
I can't
Starlight
see
puts
how
her
that would-
hand
there's-
on Merrick's shoulder.
There's a look of like, you know that look you get when you get the sense that someone's hurting. Like there's a degree of mourning there.
Mm.
The
Yeah.
look that hasn't left Bulla's face.
the entire time.
Yeah, like
yeah,
it is
no,
a degree of sorrow and mourning that hits his face, and he doesn't hide
Starlight
it.
puts her hand on Merrick's shoulder. How tall is he again?
Not very tall. I think he's like an inch or two taller than you.
Okay, so
He's
she like just.
Merrick he's 5'10".
Okay, so he is Starlight's height.
Yeah, you guys are about the same height.
They are the same height. She is 5'10".
Hey.
So she puts her hand on his shoulder and goes, "Are you all right?"
No, but I will be.
She kind of gives him a gentle smile and goes, "I understand."
You did well in
But
that.
I did
As we're
what I
walking,
had
we're
to.
walking as this is happening.
Yeah, we're walking. She goes, "I did what I had to."
Do I know where we're going?
No.
No, Ewan has not been told.
You and the criminal doesn't know about the hamlet outside of.
No, he doesn't know about the hamlet outside of Alavir, which has got all the spooky stories about it. He actually has no means by which he would know about this.
We're not
Just-
going to a beach.
just kind of wrapping up the conversation. Like as Saralai said that, Merrick just goes, "Some rough memories of this place for me."
She
But-
nods and she goes, "I can understand that. I don't know what happened to you, but you know, we're always here to talk."
Continues walking for a sec, and there's like a minute of silence.
Mm.
And you're like, Starlight, you're pretty sure that he's just like, you're like, okay, he's just not ready to talk about it.
Yeah, and she,
Yeah.
she
and
gets.
but then after a minute, he actually does speak. Like he's almost like centering himself, and goes, I spent years traversing the plains. I was a protector. I was a horizon walker. I was a guardian. It was like my father before me. I'd made mistakes. I've failed before, but I got pretty good at my job. Self-imposed position, you can call it, but the lineage, taking up the mantle after my father. And you all probably hear this, and he goes, well, Brett was a,
Next.
A moment of weakness?
A partner for a time, both in combat and otherwise. She despised creatures from other planes, dangers that found their way to our region.
Starlight kind of just like gets this look like, oh.
Yeah, he goes, elementals, fiends, and
You're right.
oh yeah,
Keep going.
exactly.
Keep going.
No worries.
keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah, I'll keep going.
You can hear us, sir.
Elementals and fiends and creatures that wish to do this plane harm. My enemies became her enemies.
I can understand that. I made my way here by accident, but by no means do I mean to do this world harm.
I know. I could sense it on you the day I met you. You got another worldly scent, I guess you could call it.
Yeah, I would imagine. Regina is mostly, well, at least where I'm from in Regina is, I'm from Ballybrand. It's a seaside. Actually, a good portion of the kingdom is the sea. There's actually not much land for Ballybrand.
Well, I'm a little rusty on some of my talents, but perhaps one day I can have you show me.
I would enjoy that. Aegina is a rather unique plane. The gods walk among the people, and it's not uncommon to see them at their own festivals.
Well, it's not terribly different from here.
Yes, that's why it was not too difficult to get accustomed to Winimere.
I feel like you all deserve to know a little bit more of the truth, at least considering that we are in league with the Queen of the Daughters of Sylvanas.
I'm sorry, I'm about to laugh. Well, she has a quote worldly scent.
What's her?
Oh.
It's in chat.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
the chat. Did he just say Sarlai stinks, or well, she has a worldly scent?
Bit of both.
I mean, she would
Well,
likely smell like brimstone.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, she's a tiefling.
So, was Bola gonna say something?
Bola was not saying anything, but it looks to everyone from her body language, it just looks like she's keeping pace. And she's keeping the pace of the group, making sure we don't slow down.
Oh
But-
no, we're moving.
Mary-
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
definitely moving.
But Merrick, you definitely will probably see like her like genuinely listening to you and trying to understand. But she won't say anything. She's in her own little circle of mourning.
Yeah.
She has not yet being able to fully grieve after re-killing her whole townspeople, and then
Yeah.
giving off the children, finding out that they're probably dead, and then the refugees she just gave off are in trouble.
You're
We'll
basically
we'll
going
fix
through
all
your
that.
own traumatizing backstory at the moment.
Yeah, we are
Yes.
in your.
You are part of my.
Yeah.
You are part of my backstory.
So when you play
Sorry.
Bola in a future campaign,
This will be the backstory. Yeah.
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 So yeah, Merrick will continue, and we'll just go.
Yeah.
Albret is a warrior at her soul and at her core. She despises threats, otherworldly, as well as present ones here. And for a time, I was blind to how far she was willing to go. I had been chasing I had been chasing a fiend from another plane of existence, and it found its way into this forest. This was decades ago at this point. Chasing it in, I knew Albret knew the region better than me, so I asked for her assistance. We tracked this incubus to this hamlet that we're about to go to. This fiend had charmed the entirety of the hamlet. Innocents, children, families, all under its sway and all being used as human shields. And Albret slew every damn one of them like they were just an obstacle in her path. I was so fucking blind I didn't see it. And dozens of innocent lives were lost because of her bloodlust. Because of my failures. So yes, we were close for a time. And he smiles at remembering the jokes that have been made, and he genuinely found them funny. But then he just goes, that relationship was lost a long time ago. And I'm sorry that we trusted her again. That's my fault.
We don't necessarily trust her. This is an alliance of convenience,
A means
Merrick.
to an end.
Simply a means to an end. It's
Also,
not. Do not blame yourself here.
Oh, I don't. I blame her.
Relationship
Well,
definitely tends
good.
to end when you find out your partner's a psychotic bitch.
Yeah. That's rather true.
Well,
You alright?
this place has some...
Hello, darkness, my old
Oh my
Wow.
The moon said
That
at this
was
point the
great.
whole party needs a good session.
Yeah.
Again, we need a beach episode at some point.
Merrick
just
nods
for
at that
everyone
and
to get through the trauma.
Yeah.
And sort
Mer-
of cheer
Merrick nods
Bola up
that.
or something like that. She don't buy her own drinks, okay? I'm
Back
just
to
saying.
the session, please.
Yeah, finishing there, and he just says, thank you all for getting me to where I am. I'll return to my daughter, thanks to your efforts. Now let's see if we can save Bola's people. Let's push on. And
You
he
should
keeps
probably
going.
go fast.
Yeah,
Screw stealth.
I know
Screw
the
all that shit.
So,
I know the direction. If you'll all follow me, hopefully you can keep pace.
I'll
I may
take
be old, but I'm not that old. And he starts running.
that.
Bola runs too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Run.
The memes guy.
We need to end it there. I need food so bad.
We need to end it there.
Yeah.
Run. That's like literally the
That's the
feeling
end.
of
That is
everyone
that is
right now.
everyone right now.
We are
Oh my God.
we are
Cat
en
running,
route.
that's the end. Yes.
We are en route to figure some shit out.
Yes.
Very fast.
Okay, and with
I
that,
can't believe you've done this.
that is the end of today's session, everybody. I've had an absolutely amazing time. Well done to everybody who played today.
Oh my
Guys,
gosh.
you can breathe. You can breathe.
I'm not infected anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dick jokes again. Yay.
We saved Meadow, probably.
Yeah. So, Erganasi is saying, basically, finish the link tree.
Oh, right. Okay. Yes, I do need to.
Because
I've never done your
not all
socials,
of-
haven't I? I've never got.
Yeah,
onto
I was
that.
gonna say you haven't added our socials, which would just be my link tree.
I mean, you can
Yeah,
tweak it and
same.
things
My
like
link
that,
tree
but-
too.
And then you
thanks
also
for the
need to add
biddies.
your wish list. Yes, thank you for the 500 biddies.
Yay, the biddies. Thank you for the itty bitties. We like some biddies here. But yeah, I do need to add in those links. Oh my god, right.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Let's.
I'll send you my link tree link.
Yeah, send it
Yeah,
in
I'll
to
send
me.
you mine as well.
And
Either
I'll have
way,
to get
thank
it
you
all
all
added
for
properly.
watching.
Yeah, thank you all for watching.
Yes, thank you
It's been
guys
so great
much.
to have you guys here.
It has been amazing. I always love
Amazing.
playing with you guys.
Yeah.
So fun.
And top quality memes, guys, as well. Oh, I'm very
Also that.
appreciative. Yeah, I'm very,
Yeah.
very appreciative of our audience-based memes. So, with that, say bye-bye, cast.